Dealing with an accident and injury claim can be overwhelming. Let Phillips Law Firm fight for you. We understand the pain and suffering, and we're here to guide you through. Call 1-800-JUSTICE today for a free case review, or visit justiceforyou.com and let Phillips Law Firm help you on the road to recovery.
Walk the dogs, school drop-off, meetings from 10 to 3, take kids to soccer, then no time left for a jog.
When everyone else is relying on you, it's easy to put your needs last. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist online, so you can show up for yourself the way you do for others. Visit BetterHelp.com/positive to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp.com/positive.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Well, if you've been listening long enough to this fine program, you know that one of my nemesises in life are cyclists.
Oh, yeah. You don't really fight with the cyclists as much as you used to.
Well, it's time to get back on that bike, Steve.
Okay.
As it were.
I was like, wait, maybe we don't know this, but maybe BJ behind the scenes has actually become a cyclist, and he's got one of those, like, skin-tight, I don't know, what do they call it, like onesies?
Yeah.
What do the cyclists call those things?
Just bike shorts?
Yeah, bike shorts.
I know. The top, it all matches. It's all colorful. They're pretty fun.
I actually just have the bike bottoms, and that's what the thing that make, the little cushions on your butt there.
Yep.
So but I don't have a bike.
Yeah, I was going to say he can barely not fall over when he's walking with his walking poles. What makes you think he can get on a bike?
Get on a bike with your walking poles.
Oh.
It's like training wheels.
There you go.
Yeah, that's it. Or I could joust.
I was about to say, then if you ever have to joust somebody, you have two of them.
Oh, I'm ready, buddy. I'll tell you this. There's a video. You can see it on the BJ and Migs page of KISW.com. It's a woman. She's in San Francisco, and she's very upset. Okay, she is really upset because an ambulance parked in the bike lane. Here's her response to all this.
I am losing my mind. There is an ambulance in the bike lane. There is a business they could park in. They could block the car lane. They could block the non-existent motorcycles parked lane. And two other cars and an Amazon Prime in the bike lane. And I am not even half a mile away from home on a rainy day. Unbelievable. They're killing us. They're killing us.
What the hell did we just listen to?
I have no idea. And here she is. Oh, my God. She's going by.
Can't she go around the ambulance? Or is this like
That's what she's doing right now is she's videoing the ambulance, and there's no cars on the road. She's perfectly safe to be able to just go by Instead, she stops, and she's just pointing her phone at the ambulance driver.
And the ambulance driver, she's just looking at her like, what the hell am I dealing with? You know what the sad thing is? That person is probably in a relationship with someone, so somebody has to deal with that. Oh, yeah. She's going to go home, and this conversation's going to go on and on and on. And that's when I'm like, I got to go to the store. Yep. And I would just get up and leave. Like, what store? Whatever store is open right now that you don't want to go to. Yeah.
That's when you go. Then we all said, what's the over and under for Steve in this relationship?
0.
Yeah.
There's no chance. Could you imagine being in a relationship with that person?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, because I imagine
you are that person.
I imagine my wife. No. In relationship with me.
She's hyperventilating over the fact that there's an ambulance in the bike lane.
Yeah, dude, that's the thing. It's like, wow, you do not realize this is the biggest deal of your life. And like you said, Steve, you are in hyperventilation mode over this. You have mind issues, my friend. You need to go talk to somebody, be to somebody, or get a little pill that can make you a little chill.
I don't know. I feel like she needs to have a TikTok series of just the things that upset her.
Okay, now that... See, if you can watch without having to deal, we get to go, all right, enough of that, and turn it off. But like you said, someone has to live with that. But yeah, I would watch a TikTok series of that because I could turn it off when I'm done.
So it says that lady sounds crazy, but it does show a level of disrespect for bike riders.
Oh my God! Here, did somebody just text that in?
Yes.
Did somebody just text that in?
Yes.
It's an ambulance.
I didn't make up this text.
You didn't make up this text?
No.
You understand it's an ambulance. They get to park where they need to park to do their ambulance duties.
No, okay? But she was doing nothing, though. She was just sitting in her ambulance, just sitting there playing on her phone, probably.
Well,
poor bicyclists have to try and get down that lane, BJ.
I don't ever try to wonder what's going on in the world of our providers, like fire, any fire vehicles, police vehicles, or ambulance vehicles. I'm not going to sit there and go, you're doing nothing. I have no idea what they're doing, but I can go around them.
So we're just going to be ignorant to laziness now, that's what you're saying.
That's it. Yes, we are. Especially cyclists are the worst. I'm just going to say that right now. They really are. They are so entitled, and we now have cycle lanes. We have now. They've redone a bunch of stuff on Mercer Island, and I could see, you can see the color. You go,
is it green?
It's green. I'm like, and I'm walking, going, is that a green strip? Oh no, they didn't. No, they didn't, and they did. Green strips for all of those whiny cyclists.
This lady has just gotten you mad at the cyclist again.
Oh, cyclists are very rude. Again, I know not every cyclist is, so take it easy if you really are, but you know your people. And I think if we actually, your people. You do.
You know, the ones with the banana seats.
Yeah, they don't ring when they go by you. They don't say on your left. And so if you're a walker and if you don't have the greatest hearing, like somebody like me, you get shocked every time somebody whizzes by you and they're supposed to at least go on your left or give you a little ring or something so you know they're there.
Oh, if they say on my left while we're walking like a trail, like the Ording Trail, I jump to the right, like just frantically. I'm like, thank you for saving my life.
Yeah.
No, I don't really do that.
Oh, actually, I thought, you know what, I actually do, so I thought you and I were simpatico.
You know what's funny is that drive, there's not much that drives my wife crazy. But that's the one thing that drives her nuts, to the point where I have to like kind of tell her, hey, you don't need to yell. Like, she just thinks it's so annoying when someone's like, on your left. She's like, I know, I can hear you. Like, because it's like there's like 6 of them, and they're all saying it. Like, it drives her up a wall for some reason.
I can't hear them. I get shocked every time they're behind me because of my hearing loss. So I'm so happy if somebody says on your left.
I find it very entertaining. Like, that's why I love going on like walks with her, because like at some point she gets annoyed with the bicyclists because they're just looking out for her best interest.
Exactly, they're doing their job.
Oh, I don't think it's bad. I think I get why they're doing it.
And the guys that don't, and the cyclists that don't stop at stop signs. And by the way, there's a dude. This isn't a cyclist, but I almost got hit this morning.
Oh, did you?
Oh, I did.
It wasn't a cyclist, though.
No.
Okay, but
this,
so you got
one of those hover things at the hover tires. It's like a unicycle hoverboard.
Those things are impressive.
The one wheel?
Yeah.
Yeah, is that what they're called?
I think they have the one wheel and you go.
There's 2 lovely gentlemen at the time every morning that I show up, and Sarah drops me off, and so I walk into the building, and it's at the same time. It's at the crosswalk right near the station, and Hoverboard McGee and Hoverboard McAss, they're dressed all in black. It's night and it's dark out a lot of the times. You can't see them, and they whiz through the crosswalk. They're traveling faster than a human.
I almost never see anybody on these things anymore.
Oh, you want to? Come on down if you want to, just for fun.
Yeah.
Just post up.
Okay.
About 5 minutes before I come in.
Okay.
You'll see that they're like clockwork, and they come by and they almost hit me every morning because I get out of the car, I'm in the crosswalk, and then zing, there they are. And they're faster than walkers. So
I'm confused. Why don't you get out of the car in the parking garage?
Oh, because I could walk right in. You don't got to go upstairs. You don't got to do anything. It's a lot quicker. You just dropped off right off in the front of the building. Then we're right on the main floor.
I didn't realize your daughter's driving Miss BJ over here.
Oh yeah, dude. What is the point of having?
Hold on a second. So
what is the point of having a driver if they can't drop you off at the front door?
AKA your daughter.
Yeah, she's my driver.
So you don't park in the parking lot?
No.
What in the hell?
Wow. Why would you have a driver if they can't let you off at the front door? That's the whole point of a driver.
I guess I don't know these rules because I drive myself.
I want to. You know how long I've wanted a driver?
Yeah.
Ever since my buddy Opie from way back in the day. He had a driver, and I remember when he was like, I was like, you've got a driver, because in New York, a lot of people don't have cars, so you have to have drivers, but I thought it was so awesome. He goes, dude, yeah, I'm in the back seat. I do all the stuff for my show.
Do you sit in the back seat?
I would love to, but I think she would be upset. So I sit in the front with her. I would love to be in the back seat.
I want you to start doing that, and I want you to make your daughter wear a fancy hat.
Yes.
Can we get one of those hats for her?
Yeah, if she doesn't mind me sitting in the back seat and you get her a fancy hat.
Oh, thumbs up.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah, I would love to be in the back seat. That'd be great.
Such a baller.
All right, well, there you go. So cyclists, and what do you call them, one-wheels?
One wheel.
One wheel? Yeah, I don't know.
The one-wheelers.
Those look really hard, like you'd fall all the time. I bet they it's not that bad once you figure it out. But.
Well, that's why they don't like to stop at intersections. You're supposed to, if you're on a wheeled vehicle, you're supposed to really walk it across. I don't know how the one-wheelers would do it, but you're really supposed to walk a bike across it.
Bring one of your walking poles, and when you get out of the car, just kind of like put it forward.
Just throw it.
So what you're saying is that in order for me to resolve my issues with the one-wheelers and cyclists, is I need to basically have them fly off their vehicles into traffic.
Well, they'll learn from that.
That's a good point. You know what? That is East Coast justice.
I mean, sometimes you gotta let the kid touch that hot thing just so they'll learn that it's hot, right?
But you know what? East Coast justice. There's a 10-year-old boy that was arrested. And why? Oh, and I feel so sorry for the. It's because he had to go to the bathroom? What? Steve will tell you all about this. He's got the Migs report for you at 6:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Hey there, everybody. I'm Melvin Robert from the TV show Extra. Every day on our show, we talk to the biggest celebrities and the biggest newsmakers around. We get exclusive details about hookups and breakups, baby news, and the behind-the-scenes info from your favorite TV shows and movies. But we can only fit so much on our show. That's where Extra the Podcast comes in. Listen and follow Extra the Podcast and Odyssey Podcast on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcast.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle.
If you're hearing an informative newscast right now, well, then you must not be listening to BJ and Migs. Live from the KISW News Center in downtown Seattle, this is the Migs Report.
Well, thanks, you guys, and thanks to Palace Law for giving us the Migs Report. Today's the day. I don't know if anyone's got kids with missing teeth, but it's National Tooth Fairy Day. What's the going rate again these days? Danny, what are you dropping?
We did $5.
Yeah.
$5 a tooth.
$5 a tooth. Lily, and then one time she got like 25. So, because I gave her 5, Mom gave her 5, Stepdad gave her 5, and then she got like a Barbie from Grandma.
That is a good deal.
You get a Barbie for a missing tooth?
Yeah.
That's a hell of a deal.
Grandparents will buy their grandkids things for any reason.
I'm going to change that.
I know you will. Yeah.
I gotta lower that standard. That's not going to happen to my grandkid.
I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, but we recently enjoyed it at Din Tai Fung, BJ. Is it Bao?
Oh, Baos are amazing.
Yeah. I didn't know if I was pronouncing it, or it's Bao or Bao.
No, you got it right.
All right, National Bao Day. Enjoy yourself a big-ass dumpling.
Dude,
that's what Bao means, big-ass dumpling.
Yeah. I've had some legitimate Baos, too, like really, really like from the joint. I mean, even though DTF is definitely a chain.
Din Tai Fung was freaking awesome.
Yeah, Kathy goes to like these hoods that are just like Koreatown or whatever.
Koreatown.
He goes and gets the Baos, like these little mom and pop shops.
Okay.
Though DTF is, for a chain, DTF is pretty legit.
I'm just picturing her like opening up like a sewer cap, going down there, and there's like this underground Bao.
Yeah, buddy.
Business.
Yeah. They got like, so they had, have you had many? You said you had one, so you had the little egg inside?
No, I didn't have it with the egg.
Oh yeah, I've got the Baos where they put a little egg in there, it's like a little mini hard-boiled egg.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, I don't think it's a chicken egg either. I think it might.
But as a plant-based weirdo, I'm not eating.
Oh, that's right. You can't do that. Yeah. Baos are good.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about this 10-year-old that got in a little bit of trouble because, well, I guess it's frowned upon when you decide to pee right behind your mother's car.
Oh.
10 years old. He was arrested by the cops because he went number 1 behind his mom's car. Here's the mom. Her name is LaTanya, and her 10-year-old son, oddly enough, I was going to name our kid this name, Quantavious, talking about the arrest.
All right.
I'm just speechless right now because, for one, I can't believe it happened. Like, why would you arrest a 10-year-old kid? I was like, son, why did you do that? He said, Mom, my sister said they ain't got a bathroom in there. Another officer came over there and was like, your son got to get out of the car. He got to be arrested because he can't do that.
I started crying a little bit. They had took me down there and they got me out the truck and I wouldn't know what was happening.
That was Quantavious right there.
I mean, Really?
That's what I'm saying. I can understand the cops being like, you can't do this, and you do a little, like, you could get in a lot of trouble for that. But are you really going to put a kid behind in a cop car and arrest him for that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's a 10-year-old kid for crying. And the kid is completely right. His sister's like, there's no bathroom there. He says, I got to go.
Yeah.
I mean, I got it. What do you want me to do? Well, honestly, sometimes some of the decisions that are made by law enforcement makes law enforcement look so bad. I don't care what the law is. That's just, come on.
I do love that the police department, they put out a statement saying, under these circumstances, it was an error in judgment for us to transport the child to the police station since the mother was present at the time as a reasonable alternative. Mistakes like this are a reminder in this profession. And that's continue to have training and refreshers on the various topics that we encounter each day, like a 10-year-old going number one.
I'm going to tell you something right now. That wasn't a mistake. That cop's an a-hole.
Yeah.
The cop's an a-hole.
You could do the old, what are you doing, little kid?
No, that's not a mistake. That is a PR sort of fixing up. That cop is an a-hole. If he's that stupid, he should be kicked off the force if it really was a mistake. You're an idiot, but really not. You're an a-hole. And plus, the kid was wearing a Venom shirt. So to me,
the metal band?
The Spider-Man villain.
Okay,
and that means the kid's even super cool, which means that the cop should be the cop actually should be arrested in this case.
All right, you want to talk about idiots, though. This is a story of all stories, in my opinion, because the surveillance footage of this is just amazing. There's a 63-year-old United Airlines pilot who's facing some charges because, well, he hit his breaking point when it came to, you ever go to those parking garages and they got the wooden arm? Mm-hmm. Apparently, one of these arms takes forever to open up, and there's like long lines with the employee parking lot. So he walks up, and the video, dude, I don't know if you've seen this, he walks up to that wooden arm with an axe in his hand while wearing his United Airlines garb. He's a pilot.
Oh, man, he is falling down. Look at him go. Whoa! Wow, he's taking a lot to chop that arm. That arm's pretty resilient.
He took this axe, he took it to the wooden arm 23 times. The best part is he doesn't break it. It's when they pull, the arm goes up, it then falls off of the thing. So, I mean, he obviously put some damage to this. But, yeah, he hit his breaking point. 23 swings.
Whoa, dude, he's just lost it.
He is out of his mind. Fortunately, there was a couple of employees who decided to hug him and wrestle him down and take the axe away. I would not be messing with this guy. I'd be like,
who's going to go up to Axe Boy?
I was like, look at this guy. You think I want to get in the way of him? Yeah, there, finally watched. The arm just kind of falls off.
Yeah,
mission accomplished, mother effer.
And meanwhile, how about you're the guy in the truck while there's someone, like you're trying to get out of there and someone is axing your thing? That's pretty, I'm like, what's going on?
I would just sit there and enjoy the show. I'm not getting in that guy's face. If you want to take an axe to that wooden arm, go ahead.
Damn, dude.
Well, the cops arrested him in a nearby field, and he told them that, well, he hit his breaking point. I guess he was just sick of the long lines. In fact, we have audio of him talking to the cops.
Shut up! I'm about to write everything you say to me! I'm about to break!
Oddly enough, sounds like Chester Bennington and Mike Shinoda together. Yeah. I don't know what's going on there. But
I'll tell you right now, he and apparently the cop, they synchronize very well.
This guy flies planes.
Yeah, he does.
He flies people.
I don't think he's going to fly people much longer.
I hope not.
Yeah.
I don't know if the cops went up to him and said, hey, can I ask you a question? I don't know. Sorry. Did he have an axe to grind with somebody?
Wow. What's his favorite deodorant?
23 times. 23 Do you think after 10 you'd be like, you know what, maybe I need to stop? Or do you just keep going until you finally break it?
Dude.
Is that the thing?
It just goes to show you why those axe throwing places are perfect for people that got issues.
Unbelievable, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, he got it out of his system. He did, and then he went and sat in a field. He's just in a field waiting for the cops.
And he's wearing his United Airlines outfit.
That's what's impressive.
He's dressed like the pilot.
That was what's impressive. I think I probably would have changed my clothes a little bit.
Do you think he was about to start his workday, or was he finishing his workday?
Ooh. I feel like that's an end of workday problem.
Because then you have to explain to the passengers why the pilot's not there. And sometimes they say, hey, the pilot is late because of whatever reason. They say, hey, the pilot had a meltdown and took an axe to one of those wooden arms. We're sorry, you have no pilot.
We're going to be on the tarmac for a little bit. Our pilot had to go chop some arm.
He's chopping wood right now.
He's right now in the police. He's being arrested in a field. So on your left, you can see the cops taking him away in handcuffs. On your right, you can see that we're going to have to ask you to leave the plane.
Come by the friendly skies of United.
We don't have a co-pilot because apparently she lost her ass at the post office. So we'll be back with you in a moment.
Dude, have you heard what's going on over at Frugal's?
What, the burger place?
Yes.
Okay, now I haven't even been to Frugal's.
Dude.
I haven't been down the South End, but now there's drama?
Oh, my goodness, man. 3 people have died.
Wait. What? Not from the food?
From the milkshakes.
Oh, man, that is not going to bring this boy to the yard.
Dude.
No, it's not.
So one woman's suing them because they're her husband, and apparently there's been 6 people have been hospitalized. 3 of them have died because they've gotten those milkshakes there because of listeria.
Oh, whoa, dude.
Apparently they did a whole investigation about this and realized, they haven't been cleaning the ice cream machines correctly.
Oh, gosh.
They've stopped serving shakes since August 8th, but they said that this can still sicken people up to 70 days later. So if you've had a shake over at a Frugal's and you start feeling weird, go get checked as soon as possible, because I guess this guy, apparently he was feeling some neck and arm numbness and some pain after drinking a milkshake, and then later on passed away because of this.
Oh, man, dude.
Could you imagine?
Whoa.
My wife told me the story. I'm like, no, there's no way. This is crazy. And,
this is
online.
This is just one. They only have one location.
They have a couple locations, but it's happening at the one, the one in Lakewood area.
This is not good, boy.
So they've stopped serving, obviously, the ice cream there.
How do you come back from this as a business?
I don't know. That is just insane.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's horrific. And now I got to wonder about milkshakes everywhere.
Right? I mean,
I hope they're cleaning those machines. Damn.
You put a lot of faith in somebody,
you do.
teens or whoever, just cleaning stuff.
But that's good to know that if I all of a sudden just start getting numb and tingly over anything,
Get to the doctor.
I should call somebody.
Absolutely. That's why they're saying, like, even if you've had one, you think you feel fine, it could take up to 70 days from when you had that milkshake. So
God, that is horrible.
That's why I want to put that out there, yeah.
Horrible news.
Awful. Hi. All right, let's talk a little bit about the Seattle Mariners.
Oh, hey, that's good news.
Oh, my goodness. I turned on the game yesterday. I forgot that they were playing early, and I put it on, and I'm like, or early-ish, I guess. It really wasn't that super early. They were up 14-1 in the 9th inning, and I'm like, oh, my goodness gracious, what's going on?
Please don't tell me we lost.
We did.
Okay.
No. Oh, dude, I'll be honest, though. They gave up a run in the 9th. It was then 14-2. I'm like, what the hell is happening? I put the game on, and this team's falling apart.
Yeah.
That's all that happened. They ended up winning 14-2. They just beat down the Chicago White Sox. Granted, the White Sox not a good team, but that's what you got to do against these teams that aren't all that great. Unlike when they played Kansas City, where it was like a struggle every game. And then they swept the Astros while we were off. That was nuts. The Mariners are like the hottest team in baseball, BJ.
They are, and they have a great schedule. So, I feel like, man, the destiny is in their hands.
They are now holding the 3rd spot in the wild card, so they're in if the season ended now. Obviously, there's a lot of baseball left to play. Only 2 games out of first place. Our boy Teoscar Hernandez keeps hitting baseballs.
Yeah, I got news for you. I think I'm going to have to pay you. He's at 255.
He's 255 right now.
Yeah.
I love that we all know his batting average.
Oh, I know.
And the listeners are now chiming in. They're tweeting at us. This is amazing.
I know what his batting average is, people. Thank you.
Of course, he's not the hottest player on the team, although he has been playing pretty hot. But how about Julio Rodriguez? Didn't play yesterday, but maybe he doesn't need to play baseball anymore.
After what he's been doing, you got to, hey, dude, why don't you just take a day off? You deserve it.
Dude, he's been insane over the last week. He hit 21 for 37, 2 home runs, 4 doubles, 12 RBIs. The guy's just been on a tear. In fact, baseball realized that because they named him the AL Player of the Week. Shout out to Julio Rodriguez for that.
It's an interesting thing. They've been 500 the whole year, just staying in the game, and then here they are at the right time of year, just turning it on. And you got to think all year long we were like, I don't know. This is just a mediocre team. Even at the trade deadline, they were a mediocre team. And you're just like, oh, wow. And now look what they've done. I mean, this might be the new way to be a baseball team.
I told you guys not to worry. Once the weather got better, this team would play.
I hate to say you're right, but you really did.
I also said Teoscar Hernandez, a great pickup for the Mariners, BJ.
I really hate to say you're right, but you really did.
See, sometimes you throw things against the wall and you actually are right.
I know, that's the problem with you.
I know anything.
It's just like when you did better than me in a Texas Hold'em tournament, you don't even know what the cards do.
I didn't even know if I was winning or losing until they put the chips in front of me.
So frustrating.
And how about the Mariners also? I did not know this, but they're the only team in baseball that has 3 pitchers with 10 or more wins.
Yeah, that's what you like to see. when you go into the playoffs. 3 stud pitchers in the playoffs. That's like, I mean, that's why they are a dangerous, dangerous team if they can figure out a way to score runs like they're doing consistently.
Logan Gilbert, Luis Castillo, and then also George Kirby. Those are the 3 right there. So
yeah, that's pretty damn good, dude.
Yeah, and then Big Dumper, of course, you got to give him some love. I mean, obviously, 2 home runs right there.
He starts turning it on this time of year, too.
Once the weather gets better, the Dumper
McGee
gets bigger.
The Dumper gets bigger, baby.
I know, dude. He's been playing great.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty exciting to see all this happening as here we are like we were last year. We didn't expect much last year either.
Yep.
And here we are again. And my God, like you said, both Texas teams are faltering. They are not doing well, both Texas teams.
I know. We're creeping up on them.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome. Yeah, Cal Raleigh has now 24 home runs on the career, so that was pretty awesome for him right there.
And we already have a season series win over Texas.
In the year, not the career.
Over Houston.
Yes.
Like, that doesn't matter what we do in the next series against them. We will have been, we're 8-2 or 8-3 against the Astros this year, which is fantastic. I mean, wow.
And even though Marty and Yelm just said, don't forget about those 2 pickups from that Seawall trade with Canzone. He's been killing the ball.
Yeah, that's a good point. I guess I probably shouldn't continue to pick on the team for not having a closer.
And weather, 72 degrees. It's going to be sunny today, nice day. And that's the Migs Report, and that's what's up.
There you go. All right.
It's go time, Mariners.
Oh, man, it's fun. Isn't it fun?
Oh, and then the Seahawks are unstoppable in preseason games.
I know. I get worried when they're unstoppable in the preseason. I really like a team that loses all their preseason games. And
wow.
I do. I really do.
No. We want to know if anything weird happens that we have all the backups that could just kick some ass.
All right, that's good. If by any chance that it's backup against backup, then I'm very excited.
Right.
Yeah, then I'm all about it. Yesterday, Steve, he did get this one wrong.
The Ghirardelli Chocolate Company was founded in what city?
I'm going to go Seattle.
No.
Oh. Portland.
No.
Tacoma.
No.
No. And you know what? You and I, we've been to that town, and you didn't even know what they're famous for.
We lived it.
We lived San Francisco in the Ghirardelli life, baby. You want a shot at beating Steve? You got a 206-803-ROCK. We're playing Beat Migs at 647 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. What's the difference between filing for bankruptcy and credit counseling?
Credit counseling is a useful process in some circumstances, but it does show up on your credit. In fact, from a credit scoring standpoint, credit counseling shows up just like a bankruptcy, so it's going to affect your credit as negatively as filing bankruptcy. In credit counseling, the idea is that a credit counselor works with your creditors on your behalf to try to lower interest rates or work out payment plans with your creditors to pay back your debt over time. In credit counseling, you almost always pay back 100% of the debt, sometimes at lower interest. And of course, some creditors will participate in that process and some won't. So you're usually left with kind of a mixed result with credit counseling and, of course, a high payment.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at ChooseTheRightChapter.com. That's ChooseTheRightChapter.com. Thanks for listening.
Are you dealing with a personal injury? Don't go it alone. Turn to the experienced team at Phillips Law Firm. Their attorneys have helped thousands of clients get the compensation they deserve. Call Phillips Law Firm now. Call 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Hey there, everybody. I'm Melvin Robert from the TV show Extra. Every day on our show, we talk to the biggest celebrities and the biggest newsmakers around. We get exclusive details about hookups and breakups, baby news, and the behind-the-scenes info from your favorite TV shows and movies. But we can only fit so much on our show. That's where Extra the Podcast comes in. Listen and follow Extra the Podcast and Odyssey Podcast on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcast.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your wages are being garnished. We can stop that now. It's hard enough to pay your bills when things are good, let alone when a big chunk of your take-home pay is gone before you even get your check. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne, and I can stop the garnishment and get the creditors off your back immediately, often the same day as our consultation. Both Chapter 7 and 13 provide bankruptcy relief, but choosing the right chapter is crucial. In a free consultation, we can create a plan to get your finances back under your control. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at ChooseTheRightChapter.com. That's ChooseTheRightChapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Man, a big, huge thanks to the Rockaholics. Even though I knew you could do this. Man, we asked for just $20,000. That's what we're asking for. That's a lot of money for Kicks for Kids. And Steve, they killed it.
Crushed it. It was insane. Before our show was over, we already reached that 20,000 mark, and I believe last I checked, it's over $32,000, including the Washington State Council of Firefighters who donated $5,000, and then all the great Rockaholics people like Kate McFarland donated $69, Linda Humrick donated $100, and then Lisa and Dan Rodham, they donated $100 as well. We went over $32,000 now, hopefully taking care of all the kids over at their shelter.
And look, man, if you still want to keep donating, they can always use the money because they always get kids in there. We were just trying to take care of 400 kids, but there's a lot more than 400 kids that Mary's Place takes care of every year. So you can still donate by going to KISW.com today.
Let's play Beat Migs.
It's time to play the game. So everybody scream his name. Beat Migs. Don't be a loser. Whoa. Beat Migs. You're a loser.
Who's ready to be Migs? I know James from South Hill is. James, are you there?
I am. I'm ready.
Good. All right, Steve, now get out.
Get back.
Get out of there.
For those playing at home, James has 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. You can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Ready.
When it comes to clothing, the abbreviation OSFA means one size fits what?
All.
Yes. Who played the title character in the 2004 movie Napoleon Dynamite?
Oh, I don't know his name. Pass.
Large white and Chester white are breeds of what animal?
Cat?
No.
Cow?
No.
Rabbit?
No. The boy band One Direction was formed on what competition show?
The Voice?
No.
American Idol?
No.
Don't know.
No. A triangle whose all 3 sides have different lengths is called a what?
Isosceles?
No.
Isosceles?
No.
Obtuse?
No.
Pass.
No. What was the first candy to go to space?
Candy?
Yes.
Skittles?
No.
M&M's?
Yes. What color is the E in the eBay logo?
Yellow?
No.
Blue?
No.
Green?
James, you got 2 correct.
Oh, he dropped a deuce.
Oh, the worst ever.
Yeah.
I mean, it could have been worse.
I mean, James said he was ready.
Not much worse.
Didn't say he'd do well. He just said he was ready.
Hey. Steve.
How did I walk in on?
I mean, you'll find out. Steve, are you ready?
Yes.
When it comes to clothing, the abbreviation OSFA means one size fits what?
All.
Yes. Who played the title character in the 2004 movie Napoleon Dynamite?
John Heater.
Yes.
Yes.
Large white and Chester white are breeds of what animal?
A what?
Large white and Chester white are breeds of what animal?
Eagles?
No.
Bears?
No.
Horses?
No. The boy band One Direction was formed on what competition show?
American Idol?
No.
So you think you can dance? America's Got Talent?
No. A triangle whose all 3 sides have different lengths is called a what?
Isosceles?
No.
I don't know any other ones.
Oh.
Pass. Oh, boy.
What was the first candy to go to space?
First Snickers?
No.
Mars?
No.
Oh. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups?
No. What color is the E in the
M&M.
eBay logo? It was M&M.
Damn it. White?
No.
Red?
Yes. The Eagles is an NFL team from what city?
Philadelphia?
Yes. What is the most widely grown crop in the United States?
Corn.
Yes.
Oh, you were, see, James.
And with that, you get 5 correct, which is a big win, 5-2.
Yeah. James, if you passed quicker, you would have got some more questions, buddy.
Yeah, I dropped a big old deuce. Oh, well.
It happens.
Thanks for playing, buddy.
Happen.
That is one of Steve's secrets to the game, is he really passes a lot, which gets him to more questions.
I don't really pass a lot.
No, he just guesses a lot.
Just quick.
Guesses fast answers. Yeah.
Oh, there is that. Yeah, he gets them wrong quicker.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll give you that.
Yeah, I waste my guesses quick.
Right,
Yeah.
right. A large white and Chester white are breeds of what animal?
Is that a chicken?
No.
Oh.
A rabbit?
It's a pig.
Cheetah. Pig. Yeah, rabbit was already
Cheetah.
guessed, Vicky. Yeah.
The boy band One Direction was formed on what competition show?
I would have said either Pop Idol or Britain's Got Talent.
No.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. Britain's Got
The
Talent.
Voice.
X Factor.
Oh my
Yes.
God. I forgot about that show.
It's the one where everybody auditions like solo, but then the judges had the opportunity to put
Is that an
people
English
together.
show? That's an English show, isn't it? X Factor?
It was here in the States too.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Was Simon Cowell one of the
Yep, he was like
hosts?
the
Or
main
not the
guy.
the judges, yeah.
Yeah, he was the one that put One Direction together.
Yes, but that I think that happened in England, though,
I think
right?
you're right.
It was in England, and there was one here because I remember.
I don't think
watching
they
it.
were on the American X Factor.
I think you're right about that.
Yeah.
And then they had like a
forgot
button,
X
like
Factor.
big X.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's Fifth Harmony was formed there
Yes.
too. Yep.
Damn, I didn't know One Direction was like from a show like that. That's nuts. I thought they were just like the rest of the boy bands we know.
Just live in the streets of wherever they're from and decide that, you know what, we could all sing, we should put together a band.
Yeah.
So, that's a hell of a creation.
It's pretty impressive because they were all solo artists, and then Simon was like, "You guys will all be successful if you're together." Well, now they broke up, so obviously they weren't that successful.
But how many members are there in 1D? Was there 5 or 6?
I think there was 5.
And what, like
5? Oh, I thought there was 6.
1 or 2 of them have gone on to have success after that?
Yes. I forgot the main guy, Zayn or something's the one that left in, like the first, but then Harry Styles became, I think, the most famous.
And he's acted and all sorts of stuff, that guy.
What about the other guys? Are they just like, whatever, we're still rich?
No direction.
Yeah.
No direction? Yeah.
I mean, it was the same with Fifth Harmony. The only one that's really successful is Camila Cabello or whatever.
I barely even know that.
Yeah, the rest of them, who
Isn't
knows
that a
where
Beach
they
Boys
are.
song? Cabello.
Ooh, I
wanna
want.
Okay.
Does anyone know the triangle whose all 3 sides have different lengths?
Wow, they said all the ones that I thought.
Scalene.
Oh,
How could you forget that one?
Scalene. You know what? I always remember it when you say it, but it's like that. I'll never remember it again. Scalene, you don't use it enough.
No, I guess not.
Damn.
Well, congratulations, Steve, on beating James.
That's all it takes, Steve. So Rolling Stone just put out a list of the worst TV decisions in history.
Oh, this should
I
be
love
good.
stuff like this. I love to know what companies passed on things, and then they went on to be big successes elsewhere.
I know what number 1 should be.
Okay.
Canceling No Ordinary Family.
Yeah, I'm going to look at the list here,
No.
and they're going, no. Oh, number 1 on the list, listening to Steve about his TV choices.
Oh, okay.
That was one of the biggest decisions.
I still want to know how that show's going to resolve.
Yeah. I don't. This is interesting because I wasn't a huge fan of this show. You guys may have been. Freaks and Geeks only got 1 season, and NBC canceled it. And people are saying it's the worst decision ever made. And I don't know if that's true.
That's a hindsight kind of a thing. Because, I mean, I did enjoy Freaks and Geeks. I thought it was a fun show. But, I mean, nobody knew that all the stars of Freaks and Geeks were going to go on to be, not all, but a large number of them were going to go on to become huge stars.
Yeah, and I don't know if that makes a great show just because everybody's really talented and will go on to do other things. You still have to have good writing. But
it was a Judd Apatow show. It was a really fun show.
Yeah, I mean, so that's why I said I don't know.
Yeah.
You guys would know better than me. I didn't watch it and wasn't a huge fan of it. But you're right. I mean, Seth Rogen, James Franco, Jason Segel, Linda Cardellini, Busy Phillips. They had people that have gone on to do amazing things.
But is that a bad decision by the execs, or is that just a bad decision by the viewers for not watching it to make it a ratings hit?
Well, you could say the same thing for, like for me, Star Trek. Star Trek went on and killed, but NBC never gave that show a whole lot of love. So was NBC stupid? It's so hard to know with network television. Sometimes network television just isn't the right place for things.
And critics love Freaks and Geeks. I know that it was always got great reviews and stuff. It was a well-done show. It was just, I don't know what the ratings were like, but clearly not good enough for them to do another season.
I'm wondering if it's kind of like the show Firefly. It got, once when they aired it, apparently they aired it out of order, so it confused the audience. Plus, they put it out on like Friday nights, which is not a great night for viewership because people would be going out or whatever. So they only got the 1 season. So I'm wondering if it's something like that. Like they just weren't given the proper chance.
Yeah, with Firefly, they've often said with television shows you shouldn't have them have a story arc. They should be just basically single standalone episodes because that way if they get mixed up, it's not a problem.
That's not the case anymore.
Yeah, well,
every show is episodic now.
Yeah, and that's TV had to change the way it did things. Firefly was one of those shows that tried to, and then because of the debacle, I think and they see how the fans were pissed. I think a lot of people said maybe we can do shows like this and we should just be better at it.
But Freaks and Geeks had Seth Rogen, James Franco.
Yeah.
Who else?
Jason Segel.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, Linda Cardellini.
Busy Phillips.
Yep. And
then what Judd Apatow was the guy that was behind it.
Yeah, what have those guys ever done?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Failures.
Now, another show that I'm not sure I want to give them a hard time for, because if this show was on Fox, I don't know if it would have been as good, but I didn't realize Fox actually passed on The Sopranos, so they had first shot at it.
Oh, man, the Simpsons crossover episodes would have been amazing.
That would have been good. But I mean, you see how, like, back then, I think Sopranos was right around 2000 or something, maybe late 90s, early 2000s when it was.
I think that's a safe guess.
Yeah, and they weren't swearing on network television. They weren't as gory or as graphic. And I don't know if The Sopranos would have been as good of a show if they were not on HBO.
But Fox did have some edgy programming. Right, like Prison Break and all that. Like they around that time,
but they swear and show nudity and stuff.
Maybe not, but they seem to go a little edgy with their content.
Yeah, the edginess. You're right. I'm just thinking like being able to see Tony at a strip bar, being able to see some like really gruesome shooting scenes, and the language. I just feel like made The Sopranos what The Sopranos was, along with its concept. I think it would have been a little watered down on Fox, but maybe not. Maybe it still would have been good.
No, you're probably right. I think, though, of all the networks that would have been able to pull it off, maybe Fox would have been the one, but I don't think it would have been that successful.
Look at this. I didn't realize that Norm Macdonald, and this is just how long ago it was, Norm Macdonald got fired from Saturday Night Live. I didn't know he was fired. I thought he just left.
Oh, no, because he was like the host of Weekend Update.
Yeah, right? He was great.
And he was like the guy at the time.
I didn't realize he got fired. And he got fired because he made O.J. Simpson jokes, which, by the way, was the proper thing to do. But because an NBC executive, and this is what kills you about, this is what really kills you about people in high places. An NBC exec who has no business making decisions like this was O.J.'s pal and therefore demanded he be fired. And I'm like, this is why. See, human beings in places of power are still human beings.
Don't you think there's someone that worked at NBC that maybe was on the same level as that guy could be like, have you looked at the news recently? Like, it's not like as if like everyone's talking about OJ, and it's not like OJ did himself any favors for what's going on.
This guy must have been the higher of the highest, right? He had to have been.
That's a ride or die kind of friend, though.
Yeah, you aren't kidding. Yeah, you aren't kidding. Of course, NBC making that whole gigantic mess out of the Conan O'Brien, Jay Leno Tonight Show situation.
That was amazing.
That was such a, that was a beating. Again, you see decisions like that where they thought it was time for Jay to go, and they were wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it really was bad for Conan as well because the whole thing was just a mess. And unfortunately, Conan was not the right guy to succeed Jay Leno. Turns out Jimmy Fallon was the right guy. So it really, nothing against Conan. I love Conan, but I get it. Conan just wasn't the right guy. You needed someone a little bit more mainstream than Conan to do that show.
Conan was the perfect 12:30 at night.
Yeah.
He was that guy that would kind of like how Letterman was for a while. He was like the guy that was on after the more mainstream guy because he was a little more edgy, he was a little more weird.
Yeah, and it's so weird. I mean, it's like
more fun for stoners.
Sometimes people try to make moves, and you're like, Jay Leno's on top. He's doing a great job. And for some reason, they thought, it's still time for him to go.
Yeah.
And it was like, and it blew up in their face. Here's Jay going, I don't understand. I mean, if I was doing horribly, maybe I could understand. But okay, if that's what you want to, Jay was always, whatever, if that's what you want to do.
The entire time, though, Jay always looked like the bad guy.
And he really...
You know what I mean? I don't know what he did wrong, but everyone painted him out to be the bad guy.
I know, and I don't understand that. I just don't understand that because Jay, I don't know what he's like as a person. I know Howard Stern has really said things about Jay that aren't kind, and Jimmy Kimmel as well. But at the same time, it's like the dude said he was trying to take care of his people.
Remember the Jimmy Kimmel moment where he had Jay on and he had called him out for it, and it was just very awkward.
Oh yeah. And Jay's not that guy. He's from a generation that just doesn't do that kind of thing, where Jimmy is from a generation where you will call somebody out like that.
Yeah, that was awkward as all hell. Oh, yeah. It was good TV, though.
I thought Jay had a great line. Jay said, and here's the thing about Jay Leno. He never spends his money. So he was like, dude, it wasn't about me. It was about all the people working. Because once you get rid of me, you get rid of all of my staff. And there was like 100 people. He goes, what are those people going to do without jobs? So that's why I didn't want to leave. I have plenty of money. I don't need money. And so at the end of the day, he ended up looking like a pretty nice guy. He was just taking care of his people.
Yeah.
So, that was a huge, again, NBC so far not looking really good on this list.
Yeah, they had some interesting people running things around there.
Yeah, they did. I can't believe this. Now, this, I'm really surprised. HBO, TNT, Showtime, and FX. These are all networks that could have done this. They all turned down Breaking Bad.
Well, I mean, maybe the premise was a little weird.
Yeah, and it was
because the premise was kind of strange.
Well, at the time, Bryan Cranston was like, what, the Malcolm in the Middle guy? He's going to be in his underwear making meth? That's not believable. No, thanks.
See, and this is
There's
why...
a guy who says bitch a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's in New Mexico.
I'm with you. Yeah, I mean, with Dion's.
Originally, it was a premise that he wasn't a teacher. He was an employee at Dion's Pizza, and everyone's like, "No, man,
no, that's not going to work." Yeah, because nobody's going to go to that restaurant. Well, that just goes to show you what a great actor Bryan Cranston is, and which is why it's good to have casting directors, because if you're really good at something and maybe even slightly typecast, but if you're really great at it, you can pull it off. And boy, did Bryan Cranston prove them all wrong, as he created a great iconic TV character.
And is that like the only big time show to come out of AMC? Because it was on AMC, wasn't it?
Well, The Walking Dead.
Okay.
Yeah. The Walking Dead is on there.
Breaking Bad came first, though, right?
Didn't it? I don't. Boy, that's a good question. I don't, because it's around the same time, I think, because The Walking Dead is over, 10, 11 years old? And Breaking Bad might be around 10 or 11 years. It's close, Steve. You may be right. It may have come a little bit before.
Breaking Bad was 2008 and Walking Dead was 2010.
There you go.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So that's a nice little 1-2 punch right there.
Not bad. AMC's got good shows, but those are the two big hits I can think of.
Mad Men.
Oh, that was the one that predated all of them. AMC, you're right. Okay. Mad Men was before both of those shows. Mm-hmm. So AMC's come out with some shows. And I keep forgetting AMC's also the movie company, like the movie theaters. I always forget it's the same.
You know, I never put that together until right now.
Yeah, I didn't do that either.
The entire time I thought they were two separate entities. But you're right.
I didn't. I mean, look, Steve. I didn't know this much sooner than you. Really?
No, I didn't even think about that until I said it out loud. I never. When I said it out loud, I'm like, that sounds strange. What, they were on AMC, and I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
To the moon. To the moon, baby. Still waiting. That's what it is. Hodl.
Hey, are you having problems at work? Maybe some relationship issues or any other random problem where you need some advice? Well, you know us. We're here for you. Even if we don't know that AMC is AMC, we can still help you out. 206-803-ROCK. It's Help Wanted. We're going to do that at 7:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Imagine you're looking at a balancing scale with everything you do for other people on one side and everything you do for yourself on the other side. If it isn't balanced, maybe it's time to spend a little more time on you. And therapy is a great place to start. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist online who can help you find that balance and stick to it. Visit BetterHelp.com/positive to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp.com/positive.
Is your relationship going sideways?
Have a family issue? Problems with your coworker?
Do you need advice? We're here to help. No problem is too dumb. No dilemma is too silly. This is Help Wanted with BJ and Migs.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. So Help Wanted, man. We get a lot of messages, a lot of texts, a lot of phone calls from people going, hey, man, I got stuff going on. I know BJ's been in the shrink for years. Maybe he's got some advice.
For years.
Yeah, maybe he knows what's up. And really, and they look, all of us have experienced life in a way that maybe we got some help for you. And it doesn't matter how dumb you think your problem is. Chances are one of us might have been able to, gone through it and maybe help you out. That's what Help Wanted is. 206-803-ROCK. Text, call.
We just got this text message. It's a good one, man. Just flew in on our text line. It just says, hey, for Help Wanted, I've got a sitch for you. I believe that's situation.
Oh, look at that.
I recently just accepted another part-time job, just waiting for the background check. However, my partner just offered me a full-time position at her shop where she is the general manager. It does pay more, plus it's full-time, but I'm concerned with working at a place where not only she works, but she's also the general manager. Additionally, for the last several months, she's complained about her staff. Thus, I have a lot of set negative opinions about the staff that would be my coworkers if I take this job. I tried to gently suggest I stick with this other position because I don't want to cause any undue stress or unnecessary conflicts that sometimes happen in the workplace. BJ and gang, what do I do?
Well, I am the perfect person to talk to because I work with my family.
Yes, you do.
And that is not an easy thing to do.
And, for them.
Yeah, well, for them. Well, seriously, without me, where would they be?
On the streets, selling drugs.
Yeah.
Joe would be prostituting his body for money.
It would be it would be interesting to see Joe and Aurora to see how that would work.
AKA unemployed.
Yeah, there we go. That's it.
Not nice.
Yeah. It's, and they also say don't work with your friends. That's another thing, which I tried, and that did not work well. If you remember, I had a buddy. And
yeah.
I had a buddy that,
don't work with your drunk friends. I think should be the real thing.
And you have to know, Steve, here's the thing. I would never have done that except a person that you and I both know, and I strongly advocated for this person, pulled me aside one time and said, hey, you really need to give this person a shot. And it was somebody you respected as well as me. And I'm like, okay, well, I mean, why would this person steer us wrong? Maybe this would be a great thing to do. Plus, I love to help people pursue their dreams.
Yeah.
Worst decision I ever made because it cost me the friendship. I don't even talk to this person anymore.
That's crazy.
And it was, and I really, really like the dude. I'm so sad that we don't talk anymore. And it was because I hired a friend for the job. So it is.
Maybe you should find out where he works and get a job there, and then you guys can.
Maybe I'll let him be my boss.
Yes,
and then I'll be the same kind of employee he was.
Just drink a lot.
Yeah, and just show him how fun it is to work with somebody who really, really, really shouldn't have been there.
This sounds like a great plan.
Yeah, that's what I want to say. But then working with your family members, that's another difficult one.
But is it more difficult to work with your family members than your significant other?
Well,
could you imagine having Kathy on the show?
I tried.
You did?
Oh, yeah, I tried to have Kathy work on the show.
When was this?
This you guys never knew? It might have been while you were here, Steve.
Oh, boy.
But it lasted a day. It lasted a day.
Did you fire her or did she quit?
She quit.
Nice.
And she quit, and then she also, here's the thing with my wife. She just doesn't want to work. She just doesn't. She said that way back in college when she had her degree.
She found the right person to be with.
She totally did. I told her she is the perfect. She does not want to be in the 9-to-5. She doesn't want to be in the rat race. I told you the story where she just decided on the last day of college to not do her final because she said, I don't want to be a social worker, so what's the point of getting a degree? I'm like, are you kidding me? This is all the last thing you got to do. You should get this. You paid all this money. I don't care. And so
how she sounded when she said it, huh?
Oh, as far as I'm concerned, it was. So working with my wife would never. This is because she doesn't want to work.
I don't think Sarah could work with Johnny Robbers.
There is no way.
Yeah,
no way. I found that early on when we started dating. I wanted him to help me work out, with my form and everything, and even just going to the gym and him being in kind of that role, I'm your boss. I'm going to tell you what to do.
Yeah.
Nope. I was like, this is the first and last time we're ever working out together. No, there's no way.
Why did that woman just throw a 10-pound plate at that man that seemed like he was just trying to help her?
Literally.
But wait, didn't you guys work together at first at your other job?
We met at a restaurant, but we were in different departments. So he was in the kitchen. He had a kitchen manager.
Yeah.
I was...
He was there to clean her dishes, if you know what I mean.
And that's coworkers, Danny. One's going to be in charge. One's like this guy's situation.
The girlfriend or the wife is going to be the general manager.
That's difficult.
That okay.
Yeah, they're going to have to evaluate your performance, not only at home but also at the job site.
See, but I would go on record and be like, I couldn't work with my girlfriend even as a coworker.
Oh, really?
No. We would just. I think that we would just kind of try to outperform each other in different ways, and I've told her. No, absolutely not. I don't want you anywhere around my workplace.
I would love her to work here because I'd like to see what you would be like trying to outperform anybody.
Oh, I just quit.
I feel like
she would win.
I'm going to quit better than you.
She's better than me.
I would like to see Danny just perform. That would be really nice, let alone outperform.
Out of context, that seems very strange.
You're welcome.
Well, Doug's calling in because apparently he has some advice about it.
Doug in Bonnie Lake, you're on the Rock.
Hey, I used to be in the restaurant business a long time ago, kind of like Sarah was. Yeah. I was back in the kitchen. And one of the rules I always lived by was don't get your meat where you get your bread.
Oh, that's a nice variation of the, don't eat where you blank. I like that.
Don't dip in the company ink.
Yeah, don't dip your pen in the company ink.
Yeah.
So, of course, what did this guy do? All I'm doing is just putting my bread and my meat and my toilet all in the same place, basically, with my two kids working here. Doug's advice I am not following.
I don't think I'd have a problem working with my wife. I don't think she'd want to work with me. I'm pretty sure of that.
I don't know why. I really don't know why. Because I feel like your wife and I have similar temperaments. So what is different about her? Is it because she's just you guys are closer?
Well, she's got a sweeter ass than you, of course. So I mean, I could tolerate.
Well,
that.
now I really,
no disrespect.
I have to tell you right now. You know what? We need to have a contest because my wife
Todd looks to be pulsed
my
right now.
wife. That's the one thing she always comments is my backside. That's what she says. So I say that. You know what, Steve? I'm sorry, but I'm not taking that line down.
I'll bring in her workout pants tomorrow, her Lululemons, and you put them on, and we can A/B it, okay?
Oh, dude, you know Lululemons makes anybody look good.
I guarantee your ass won't look. What is this conversation?
I don't. You brought it up.
I didn't.
You said your wife had a sweeter ass than mine, and I took it personally.
First of all, you two are not at all alike with temperament. You freak out over the littlest things. She doesn't get worked up about anything.
Well, I don't live with her.
Except people who drive bicycles and say that they're on her left.
Yeah, I would argue that if your wife was raised in Massachusetts, she would be very similar to me.
That's a massive caveat to throw in there.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Your wife and I have similar temperaments, but she was raised in a place where people aren't crazy. So therefore she's not crazy. But anyway, so you why don't you think you could work together, you and your wife?
Oh, no, I think I'd have no problem. I think she would just a couple too many farts, and she'd be like, "Okay, enough. I have to deal with it at home."
Oh, she's right about that.
Here, like everywhere I go, like this. I feel like me working gives her a break from my ass. In more ways than one.
Wow. All right, there you go.
Someone says I work with my wife at Fred Meyer right now in the same department. We get along great, and my daughter just got hired there in the same department. That sounds like a reality show.
Yeah.
It does.
But
a family at Freddy's.
Texter, is anybody in charge of that department, like the three of you, or are you all just all coworkers? Because that does make it different. If you're not responsible for somebody, then you don't have to worry about it. Like you can be any kind of worker you want. It's not my problem.
The part that got interesting with that text, though, I didn't even think about, like, because she does come home and complain about all the people that work under her, and he's like, I don't know if I want to work with these people because she makes them all sound like they're in like this inept group of people.
Yeah, and then what if you also are somebody she doesn't like who you as a worker too?
Or what if you show up and everyone there hates her? And now you have to like...
Oh, yeah.
Do you have to let everyone know that you're banging her also? Like, I mean, like, or do you just try and act like, yeah, Sally's a total jerk?
Yeah, that's a tough one, man.
Because if they know that you're banging the boss, they're automatically probably going to not like you or feel like they can open up to you. So that's tough. Because then if you lie about it and then they find out, they're also probably going to hate you.
And what if he finds out that his significant other is an absolute awful person at the workplace?
Yeah.
Does that change the relationship?
Yeah, you're right.
Probably.
I mean, when she's home, she's probably really cool and you get along. But yeah,
but she gets all her hostility out on her coworkers.
Yeah, I know Jay Rubs does that.
What?
Oh, I mean, yeah, he sometimes goes off on the workplace, you know, and I'm like, I don't want no part of that.
Yeah. So he like just like bottles it all up. Because
Yeah,
I've been with him at like when we've been out drinking. And like I remember seeing him like, and I'm like, yeah, I'd be annoyed too with that person. And he has this chilled vibe about him. Not you personally, but like someone that was like hanging with all of us.
Thank you.
And I was like, oh, he's taking it really. And I'm like looking at him like, I get it. And he's just like, yeah, it's fine. And I didn't realize he's going to go to the workplace and just yell at someone and take it out on them.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm not really a boss here, so I can actually just say, okay, there are people that I am not going to tell what to do. Because when I knew that I was bringing the kids on board, Sarah and I have had 2 blowout fights. One before she got the job here and one during when she had the job here. I learned I can't be her coach. I can't help her in this business because she's just not going to accept it from me because she just wants me to be the dad. Joe, I realized...
My daddy. That's what I know.
That's what Danny says. You know, that's why he won't take any advice. Joe, on the other hand, Steve, you know this, I cannot work with Joe as a supervisor.
Nope.
He does not listen to me. We think differently. He's been that way my entire life, trying to raise him. It's like I'm speaking a completely different language to him. He's
in fairness, BJ, he is always right and you're always wrong.
That's what it is. You're absolutely right. So
it is the greatest. It is the greatest when they talk to each other, though, and you can just see Joe glazing over, BJ getting angrier and angrier, and I just get my popcorn. And I'm like, this is amazing.
So I have to remove myself from the situation because Joe is very much like me, does think he knows everything, and very much like me, does not. So this is a problem.
And then I'm in the middle, and I try to mediate both of them.
Yes,
which
you can.
Goes nowhere.
But I see him respond to other people.
Why you love box wine?
Right?
When I see other people say, "Hey, Joe, can you do something?" No, he's like the best employee ever. But me, I say the same thing, and here you go, Joe, telling me how stupid I am, and I don't know anything, and here's why nothing can be done. And I'm like, I don't believe this. It's just a father thing, so I can't talk to him.
So here's the thing, though, for this person, though, are you prepared to be fired by your significant other at some point?
Yeah.
Because there's a very good chance you might, and will it ruin the relationship? And if you think it will, then probably shouldn't take the job.
How much more money is this? That's the big question. Is it that much more money that it's significant? Because she may get mad at him going, do you know how much more money we could have if you just let me hire you? But I think that's also sketch. I really think that's very sketch. Is like she hiring them because they can just get more money in their lives. Oh. See, it's all very sketch. Yeah. And it's if I was a coworker and I saw the lady I'm not happy with bring her husband on board that way, and it's a nice position of money. Oh man, that's just going to make the workers even more pissed. It's not a good situation in my opinion.
The Freddy's family just chime back in again. They say I guess that none of them are supervisors.
See, that works. That's fine for me.
You can't be in a position of power if you all work together, so you're all just coworkers.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to get it done. Then you can have a happy time.
Yeah, then you can rage against Freddy if you want.
Yeah. Hey, isn't that a band? There's a winner. This is the I don't know if you heard there was a whole kids mullet championship. I didn't even know this happened.
I'm trying to get Tatum in that.
Well, the winner of the current kids mullet championship just gave a great answer when asked how he was going to spend the money that he won. And you're going to hear from him at 7:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. Here's another listener question. How do I rebuild my credit after filing bankruptcy?
You rebuild it, one creditor at a time by making your payments on time on your rent or your mortgage, by continuing to make car payments on a car that you keep during your case. You can also, as I said, you can almost always get a credit card almost immediately after filing bankruptcy. Sometimes it's a secured card, and it'll almost always have a really high interest rate on it. But you could get a small balance credit card and charge a tank of gas or a dinner once a month on that and make the payment, pay it off every month, and that'll help you build a credit history one creditor at a time, and will help you rebuild your credit over time.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at ChooseTheRightChapter.com. That's ChooseTheRightChapter.com. Thanks for listening.
Dealing with an accident and injury claim can be overwhelming. Let Phillips Law Firm fight for you. We understand the pain and suffering, and we're here to guide you through. Call 1-800-JUSTICE today for a free case review, or visit justiceforyou.com and let Phillips Law Firm help you on the road to recovery.
Hey there, everybody. I'm Melvin Robert from the TV show Extra. Every day on our show, we talk to the biggest celebrities and the biggest newsmakers around. We get exclusive details about hookups and breakups, baby news, and the behind-the-scenes info from your favorite TV shows and movies. But we can only fit so much on our show. That's where Extra the Podcast comes in. Listen and follow Extra the Podcast and Odyssey Podcast on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcast.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard the tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back legally on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at ChooseTheRightChapter.com. That's ChooseTheRightChapter.com.
.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. You got to check out these videos on the BJ and Migs page of KISW.com. 6-year-old boy, his name is Rory. He's from Pennsylvania, and he won this year's Kids Mullet Championship.
Have you seen this kid's mullet?
I have not. He beat out 300. I must be epic. He beat out 300 other kids.
Deservingly so. This is the most magical looking mullet. I mean, it's all downhill from here for this poor kid. I mean, really, can you get any higher up than winning the mullet championship?
Look at that.
And his mullet's amazing, especially in his baseball pictures.
Yeah. Oh, look at that, dude. He looks he is mullet central.
I don't care. Like, if I'm on the opposing team and he steps up to plate, I'm like, we're screwed. I don't even know what this kid can do at the bat, but he looks like he could just destroy things.
Here's Rory talking about how excited he was. Again, he's a 6-year-old kid winning the mullet championships.
Rory, what happened when you found out that you won?
I was knocking down some chairs and hugged my whole family. And I also screamed.
I just love that when he's being interviewed, he keeps checking himself out in the video.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Because he's like making sure that the mullet looks good.
Oh, you got to, man. Of course you do.
and he's raising his eye. That's kind of like the mullet I had when I was a kid. It wasn't as glorious as this, but it was like the spiked hair up top and then the mullet full on in the back.
This kid is totally infatuated with himself. He's like, I mean, mom's there with him, but he's just like making faces, looking at the things like
I'm duck lipping it. I mean, he's doing everything, man.
He really is.
Dude, his nickname is the Cheddar Whiz.
I think that's the nickname for the mullet, right?
Yes.
I didn't know that. The Cheddar Whiz is the nickname for a mullet, and he's decided that's mine too.
Because in the second place kid, some kid named Ezekiel, and he's Mr. Aloha Mullet.
Nice.
That's his nickname because he's from Hawaii.
Oh man!
And I gotta say, the kid that came in third place, in my opinion, might have the best mullet. He's got some waves and curls to it.
Oh yeah.
I don't know his name's like Camadin, and his nickname is the Commander.
The Commander. Oh, I get it because it's Cam. The Commander. Yeah, you're right. He's that third place winner's got a really unique mullet. I wonder if it was
just a little too polarizing.
A little too unique, and they've like Rory's more mainstream. He's got the mullet that we know. In this clip, Rory was asked, "Okay, how are you going to spend the money that you won winning the kids mullet championship?"
How much money did you win?
$5,000.
And what are you going to do with that money?
Buy my sister an alpaca.
And what else?
And go to wing night.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's answering it just like how you expect someone with a mullet to answer it. Alpacas and wings, man.
Yeah.
Going to buy his sister an alpaca. What a great brother.
Yeah.
And then go to wing night, which I feel like wing night is probably not going to be that expensive with that $5,000, but the alpaca might cost some money.
I was saying, how much is an alpaca these days?
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be a little bit of dough, isn't it?
You know what the weird part is? Like, I just saw that your daughter was talking about how she recently had a run-in with alpacas. And this kid just had a story about how he's buying. Can you come in, Sarah? Because she said that she had like an alpaca party.
I had no idea I don't even know what that means.
I don't even know either. But I heard her say that. And then you hear the story about the mullet kid that's buying his sister an alpaca. I'm like, is it alpacas in the universe right now?
These are not domestic animals, are they?
I don't think so. But yeah, I went to a farm in Duval, and they have alpaca. You can have picnics with alpacas.
Why? Okay,
picnics with alpacas.
Yes. Yep.
So do you actually just sit there and eat with alpacas?
Yeah.
Do you feed them?
Yes. Yeah. You can either sit at a table, or my friends and I, we spread out a blanket, and they have traditional Peruvian food that they feed you.
Okay,
that sounds delicious, actually.
What is going on, and how did you find out about this, and why were you... What?
Her friends are interesting. Let's say that.
Yes. My friend has a weird obsession with alpacas.
They're kind of like llamas, right?
They're like llamas, but smaller and friendlier.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes. Because llamas, sometimes get aggressive and they spit at you. Alpacas do not.
This sounds like some of your friends, too, though.
It sounds like me, honestly.
Yeah,
I'm the llama in the friend group.
I would like to point out BJ's face the entire time that Sarah's telling this story. It's just very either confused or angry, and I can't tell which one it is.
You don't wake up early on a Sunday to just go have a picnic with some alpacas?
This is the moment where it's just like, as the older guy, you're like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Who came up with this concept? Are they known for their Peruvian taste? Like, what are...
maybe alpacas are from
Peru? Is that why? Maybe?
They're
South
like
American
Peruvian food?
I have no idea. We fed them like kibble and stuff.
Yeah, you don't feed them your Peruvian food.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry for being so ignorant. You're having a picnic with an alpaca. I just assumed you're, you know what, here's some bread. I'm like, or here's a mozzarella stick. I don't even know what Peruvian food is.
Well, it's not a mozzarella stick. It's mozzarella,
Honestly, I don't really even
Peruvians
have any
people
idea.
from Peru don't have cheese?
Well,
and a deep fryer?
Mozzarella. I mean, that's Italiano.
I'm sure that could cross borders and
really?
cultures.
You got a long way to go from Italy to Peru, but you go across those borders, Columbus. You make that move.
Okay.
I mean, mine was the vegetarian version, and it was really just like a plate of noodles. So I guess like kind of like spaghetti, sort of. And then I had like 2.
You could Lady in the Tramp it with the alpaca.
That's what I wanted to do.
I've seen the pictures.
I told my friends that I wanted to
bless
do
you.
that.
Don't do that. That's disgusting.
Well, yeah. I mean, the alpacas did try to take our food, but I was like, I don't know if they'd actually really like that or not.
Well, if they try to take it, they're like, "Well, take it. Of course, we like it."
I'm looking at a website. I'm not sure if this is the one you went to, but this doesn't sound like it's a very cheap picnic either.
Yeah, no, I don't think it was.
It's $150 to $200 a person.
It was not that much. Oh, no. It wasn't
Children
that fancy.
Okay, maybe this is maybe I'm at the high end alpaca picnic.
Yeah, maybe you're doing like a whole tour.
Yeah, you guys went to the alpaca party from Wish.
Or maybe you got it on Groupon.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of pinatas in a field. They make to look like alpacas.
How is this a thing? And how did your friend find out about it?
I have no idea. I think they probably they were talking one day and they probably just like, I love alpacas. And then they Googled
and I
if
love
they
picnics.
can hang out with alpacas, and you actually can.
And I'm seeing the picture. You're in the middle of a field with alpacas around you while you're eating. And I'm just like, I don't think this looks like a fun time to me.
Are you sitting on the grass or are you on a bench?
There's picnic tables, but then my friend also brought like a blanket. So then you can actually be like down sitting and they're coming all around.
What if the alpacas decide it's time to go number 2?
See, these are those moments. If an alien lands on our planet and sees this has got to think these humans are out of their minds.
Oh, yeah. This is why they don't visit us.
And there were a few baby alpacas, too, that had just been born like a few weeks before. But we weren't allowed to feed them because they're getting still bottle fed, I guess. So then they fed a little one in front of us.
Okay.
Yeah. It was an experience.
I got to tell you,
Do people eat alpacas?
They do, yeah.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Is that part of the Peruvian cuisine? Are you eating an alpaca in front of an alpaca?
I know you're a vegetarian, so you're not going to, but is there an option? Like, hey, would you also like this alpaca for dinner? Like, right now you're having lunch, but later on we can make...
This is a plant-based alpaca that you're having.
Oh, okay.
No, but the same friend, we actually, for her bachelorette party, one of the activities was going to a llama and alpaca farm.
Oh, my God.
So this wasn't the first adventure, but one of the people that we were with actually told the farmer that she had eaten alpaca before.
Did she get kicked out?
The person was not happy with her.
I would imagine.
I was like, this is their passion and their love is breeding alpacas. And you're like, yeah, I've eaten one before.
Yeah, imagine being at a daycare
tasty.
and someone's like, I had a child once for dinner. Like, I mean, it's like, that's not going to go over well.
Hey, listen, once a yellow jacket, forever a yellow jacket.
Okay, I didn't know that was a thing on the show.
Oh,
yeah.
it is.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it was fun though. Kids are allowed. Yeah. Kids were a little bit kind of traumatized because they're kind of all up in your grill no matter what.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Alpacas, yeah.
I want to have dinner. I don't want to have an alpaca in my grill while I'm having Peruvian food. Come on.
So they kind of mooch on you.
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
And they give you this big tub of their food.
Did you try it?
Oh God, no! I would much rather Lady in the Tramp with.
I'm eating. So imagine you're at your dinner table and someone just takes a bunch of dog food and throws it next to your meal. That's the party. Here's some 9 lives next to your food. No.
What I will
You get alpaca socks though, BJ.
What do they make them out of? Alpacas?
Yeah, they had a whole little shop.
I don't think you can have those, Steve. Right? Being a vegan, can you take those?
Well, I'm not going to eat it.
No.
No.
You can't. I thought you can't even use it.
I'm not a sock guy, so I don't have to worry about it. So.
Yeah, you're not a sock guy.
I don't have to find out if that's okay with the vegan society of
It's a good
plant-based
job.
weirdos. I don't know.
I don't know. So this whole thing is confusing.
Yeah, they have little stuffed animals that like the alpaca fur or whatever is made out of, and my friend got one.
Of course they did.
It's really soft, kind of creepy, but
yeah, it's like would you have a stuffed animal made of human hair? Wouldn't that be a little weird? You know, that's something. The alpaca's going, hey, okay, you want my hair?
They sound like aggressive strippers. Like they just keep coming up to you, bugging you for stuff. Like,
they get all over you once they see that food in your hand.
Yeah, see, that's not. And how do they smell? Because I have an overactive nose.
I was like, with their nose, BJ. That's how
Thank you.
I mean, you're on a farm.
Oh my! That's right. Do I want to be in Dumptown, USA? Think of White River Amphitheater at a certain time of year. Are you going to have a picnic? No.
Many folks just don't get it.
You know that time that White River gets to be just so aromatic? Does anybody want to have a picnic at those moments when White River gets to be that aromatic?
I want to know how much money this farm is making from these picnics.
Yeah.
Was the food good? This is a ringing endorsement.
Well, is it just Peruvian food, or because you're a vegetarian, you probably didn't get the best of it?
Yes, the meat eaters, they said they loved it.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't really get to experience.
Okay, so noodles weren't enough for you.
Yeah.
They're probably like, we don't know what to feed you.
I had never had Peruvian food before, though. So
it looks delicious. I mean, the
Peruvian
pictures
food.
that Vicky's showing us on their site.
It's pretty legit.
Did you try the French fries?
No, I didn't even know they had French fries.
Oh, looks like
That's probably covered in alpaca.
Oh, man.
Like steak fries.
It was BYOB, so
Yeah.
that was cool. We brought our booze with us.
Yeah, I mean, good for you guys.
This is like the strangest way to spend a day ever, I think.
And did you say that somebody had their bachelorette party at one of these things?
Yes, at a llama and alpaca farm.
Oh, I would have bowed out. You go find another maid of honor. I'm out.
Wow.
I'm not doing this. This is the dumbest thing ever.
Hey, it's someone's passion. They love it.
If I'm the bride and that somebody's like, hey, guess what we're going to do? I'm like, what? No, I don't want to see alpacas. I want to see somebody packing. That's what if I'm the bride.
I'm sure that the groom was enjoying his own kind of bachelor party. It had nothing to do with alpacas.
Oh, God. Imagine
that's the stage name for a girl.
Imagine that, Steve. Imagine the dude bachelor party. Imagine the dude going, we're going to go to an alpaca farm and have a picnic. Do you quit as a groomsman at that point? Do you just quit?
I'd be torn on that. Because part of me would be like, what? We're doing what? But then also part of me like, screw it. Why not? Sounds like fun.
Plot twist, this was a joint batch and bachelorette party. So the groom
my God,
and all of his dudes were there too.
Oh, I'm out. I'm sorry. I'm going to be vocal going, this is the last thing I wanted. First of all, no joint bachelor and bachelorette party. What?
No.
Wait, that's not the tradition. You don't go together. You guys do, you do, we do it.
I had opinions on it too, but it wasn't mine.
Are they both big alpaca fans?
No, he's not.
Okay.
And none of his friends
Who
were
came?
either.
Was it the maid of honor or the best man that came up with the alpaca party and the merging of
it had to be the bride?
It was the bride. The bride planned everything.
The bride's not supposed to plan anything.
She's too crazy to let anybody else plan.
Are they still married?
Yes, they just got married actually a month and a half ago.
That's a month longer than I thought they'd last based on this story.
See, this is why when the bride has crazy ideas, the best thing about being the groom and the groomsman is you don't have to participate in those crazy ideas. That's the maid of honor's problem and the rest of the bridesmaids' problems. You don't drag me into your dumbass bachelorette party, especially if I'm sitting in a field with a bunch of smelly animals and Danny.
Okay. I didn't know Danny had to be there.
Well, Danny will ruin any picnic, so that's
You're
why
welcome.
I had to bring him in.
Yeah, it was a very interesting trip. It was a trip, so this was just one activity.
What else was on the docket of activities? Was there anything else weird?
Axe throwing, which is like kind
Okay,
of normal
I'm
nowadays.
for that. That's cool. I'm in for that.
White river rafting.
Oh,
that sounds like something that you would love to do.
I loved it.
I smell the sarcasm right over here.
No, it was.
Oh, you
it
did?
was wild. Yes, I was surprised that everyone agreed to do it.
Yeah,
but
it's
yeah, and then we went on 2 hikes too.
Damn.
It was the most active, not hungover bachelor and bachelorette party I've ever been to in my life. It was something.
Yeah, I would have been out.
I mean, you have to do it though.
Not me. I just quit.
What do you mean? You would just show up and not do anything?
No, I'd quit as a groomsman. I'd be like, hey, get somebody else. I'll be at the wedding, but get somebody. I'm not doing this.
I'm going as a guest.
Yeah, I'm going as a guest. I'm not doing this. I draw the line.
I got better things to do on
Is it like,
a weekend than go eat with alpacas.
Yeah, dude, your grandfather, Sarah, would have thrown up. We couldn't even talk about animals at the dinner table. He would get so sick thinking about it. So your grandfather's sitting in a field having a picnic with smelly animals around him. He would have been projectile vomiting like that episode of Family Guy. It would have been horrible.
Did the alpacas also take part in the bachelorette experiences, like wearing like the sashes and maybe drinking out of a penis straw?
They should have.
Okay.
There was a few of them that loved taking pictures.
I'm back in if that's going to happen.
Right?
I'm back in. If we can get an alpaca with a penis straw, I'm back in.
They hit the bars with the alpacas, and they have like their checklist of things they need to do, like a human's face. I don't know.
Yeah, someone had to ride one of them or something.
Then
that would be pretty incredible.
Now I'm back in.
She tried to get them at her wedding. She really tried to get 2
I'm
alpacas
out.
at her
No,
wedding.
I don't need alpacas.
How did she not get this to happen?
I don't think her venue would let her.
Yeah, because they don't want smelly animals around the food and festivities because they're normal humans.
You can rent alpacas to look like a bride and a groom, though. She didn't have her dad walk her down the aisle, so might as well have some alpaca.
Okay, I'm back in if an alpaca walks the bride down the aisle.
I would have the happiest of happy tears coming down my face if I saw a woman get walked down the aisle by an alpaca.
I'm like, I'll be sitting there going, this is some Little House on the Prairie ass going on right now. What the hell's happening, Laura Ingalls? What are you doing over here?
I'm like, babe, we did not give enough for a wedding gift. We had to throw another $100 into the mix because this is just amazing.
I mean, really, at this point, it's like Dr. Doolittle. Let's get all the farm animals out here. Let's bring a pig out here. The pig will be the ring bearer. Well, right? Like the pig's got the ring. You know what? Get a couple of monkeys throwing flowers at everybody. Let's just do it.
Yeah,
let's go.
Alpaca's on the dance floor. Catching the bouquet of roses.
What it's all about. Get a couple of hyenas to laugh at all the right times. Let's do it. Your friends.
There's something.
Yeah,
it was an experience.
Yeah, it was.
I would say if you like alpacas, experience it.
Yeah.
If not, don't.
Just it goes to show you there's probably no dumb idea that you could try. If somebody told me, if I was on Shark Tank and I walked up to I'm a shark and somebody goes, got a great idea, pick this with alpacas. I am like, get this idiot off the stage.
I'd probably invest because this is so ridiculous. You know what? I've got all the money in the world. Why not? Screw it.
Random people like me would love it.
Yeah.
So.
There's enough weird people out there that will enjoy this.
Well, look, if they're making money and people want to sit in a smelly ass field with alpaca droppings and alpacas just mooching on you, smelling like a walk-in.
I feel like Tatum would love this.
Oh, she would have a blast.
Yeah.
Once
I
she
don't know.
wasn't afraid of them.
That's
once
the
she
thing.
got over that.
I'll
the
just lie
problem.
and say it's a dog. She's like,
it's a dog.
Yeah.
You're going to tell her it's a dog.
She loves all dogs.
All right.
Like, you haven't seen this one on Paw Patrol?
Okay.
It's on Alpaca Patrol.
All right.
Oh, Dad, it's almost your birthday, so I know what to get you for your birthday gift.
That would be such a troll.
We're going to go to alpaca picnic.
Guess where we're going? And I mean, like, really? Can't we just sit in the house and play games? That's all I want to do.
No, we can play board games with the alpacas.
I bet they would love that.
Oh, yeah. It's like Hungry Hippos, but with the alpacas. We'll just do that.
Hungry alpacas, yeah.
Have you ever gone somewhere just because you saw it on TV? I don't know, maybe an alpaca farm. I don't know. One of the biggest music stars just went to a place because it was featured on South Park. You're going to hear from him at 8:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. While in Denver over the weekend to play a stadium concert for over 85,000 people. That Ed Sheeran kid, he's no Taylor Swift, but he's doing okay for himself.
Dude, I saw a lot of people posting recently of him, people in my life that must be in different towns that have seen him live. And I'm like, this is so crazy. Just one dude and a guitar, and it's insane what he's become.
Yeah, man.
I mean, good for him. Every story you hear about him, he seems like a really good guy. I've seen him live, and he puts on a great live show. Granted, I saw him at a small venue, the Tacoma Dome, opening for some unknown artist called Taylor Swift, I think. Yeah. He was rocking a Seahawks jersey, totally pandering to the Seattle crowd. I thought that was awesome.
He comes back this week, I believe, too.
Oh, yeah?
He's back at Lumen like the 25th.
Ooh, and I wonder if he'll hit 85. Will we get? Can they do 85 in that joint with the floor seating?
You know, I don't know because like 69,000 ish with the Seahawks. So I feel like you could fit.
I feel like you could put 20,000 on the bottom, can't you?
I mean, can you though? Like with whatever restrictions there are, I don't know if you can.
Yeah, we're probably not as cool as Denver again.
26th, sorry. He comes on the 26th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just made plans, Danny.
I know. I was just making sure you guys knew.
Right now, I don't know if I can make it. It's Saturday.
Oh, yeah. I can't make Saturdays. I gotta not work. How about though? Ed did what we did.
What's that?
He was in Denver and said, you know what? I got to go do what the South Parkians told me to go do.
Casa Bonita.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, that's amazing.
He did that. He was like, man, I got to go see this restaurant that they had on South Park. And he posted his experience on Instagram, used video clips from that South Park episode, edited with him experiencing the restaurant.
So I'm a big fan of South Park, and I'm here in Denver at Casa Bonita.
On our way to Casa Bonita. You're gonna love Casa Bonita, Stan. Black Bart's came first to watch the puppet show. Skeleton! Oh man, I'm so scared. A new fake jail.
And we did all that ourselves, just like Ed Sheeran. He's showing in his video. He did all that.
Oh my God, the diving part was so great. Yeah. I have to admit, I freaked out when we saw the divers at South Park or at Casa Bonita because I was like, I remember that from South Park.
Yeah. Oh, that is just so wild, dude.
Oh, but he ate the food there. I hope it's gotten better.
Yeah, I hope so, too. Didn't somebody take it over? Didn't South Park buy it?
Yes, the South Park guys bought it.
Yeah, so it's got to be better now.
You would hope. Or is that part of the charm, that the food is questionable at best?
Yeah, the whole thing is just ridiculously awesome.
Dude, but we had a bad experience. We got put in the cave, which had like flies in it. It was
it stunk.
I don't know, Danny, have you ever been to Casa Bonita?
No, I have not.
Oh my goodness, you have to go.
I feel like I need to.
Based on this review, I mean, it's...
Yeah, exactly, I know. So, yeah, Ed got to see the mariachi players, the cliff divers, and the jail photo. He did all that.
It showed on his Instagram. We took the we did that, too.
Yeah.
We took the picture. We even put on the stupid outfits. He didn't do that, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we did all of it. You have to.
That was like the biggest part of like when we had to go to a work convention to go to Denver. I think all of us were just like, we have to go to Casa Bonita.
That's so funny.
So many people in the radio convention looked at us like we were insane.
Yeah, it's like, why wouldn't you? I couldn't believe they like it's on South Park. This is iconic. Why wouldn't you do this?
There was like one woman who went with us. She ran like a prep service. She's like, screw it. I'm going to pass up on like a client dinner. I'm going with you guys because she was like a South Park fan. Remember, it was Lauren.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
She
Lauren
was awesome.
She was awesome.
But then she brought another radio person who clearly didn't watch South Park and did not want to be there and complained the entire time.
Yeah.
I wanted that person to be thrown off the cliff into the water. So bad. I was like, just why'd you bring her?
Yeah.
She was complaining the entire. I said, this sucks. Why are we here? It's warm in here. It's this. It's that. And she was right. Like if we just picked this as a restaurant, 100% agree with you. But it was about going where South Park did a whole episode.
See, that's what you have to know in life. If you go somewhere and you're not in on it, you may have a horrible time, and because you're right. See, she wasn't wrong about any of her complaints, but it was Casa Bonita. I mean, you just
much fun.
You put up with all of that.
I would go again in a heartbeat.
Oh, definitely.
Especially now that the South Park guys own it, because I feel like they're probably leaning even more into the whole South Park Casa Bonita thing. You know what I mean?
I hope the food is better, though.
Although it was just so crazy because you walk in, they're singing the song. You're like, oh my gosh, this is exactly what you expect. It was like,
it's so cheesy. It is such a cheesy place.
I gotta wonder how much money Casa Bonita's made because of South Park.
Oh, so much money,
right?
Yeah,
yeah. It's a TV destination.
So much that I grabbed my first boob at Casa Bonita. I didn't even know that was the thing you could do.
It's funny how certain things happen.
Yeah.
And you just don't expect them to happen in the same place, but good for you, sir. Good
Someone said Ed Sheeran's doing a small show at the Paramount on the 25th, as well as the Lumen show on the 26th.
What? Okay, how much are the tickets for the Paramount? Because that's a much more intimate show.
But it's actually interesting because like the general admission field tickets for Lumen are only $99.
See, this is the guy who cares about his fans.
Yeah.
Keeps his tickets under how sad is it that putting a ticket under $100 seems like a bargain?
I know.
That's insanity.
I know. But what about the Paramount show? Is that where he's making some dough?
Oh, no, dude, no. Still, if you're charging $100 to go to the show at Lumen Field and you have 70,000 people at $100 a pop, I think he's...
How do you do the math on that? Is that like $70 skillion? Is that what that is?
It's got to be a lot of money.
No. I am fascinated by the Paramount show.
Look at that. Yeah, there it is.
I am really fascinated by that because that's a great place to see somebody.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially somebody that popular, to see him in that intimate of a venue. You laughed about the Tacoma Dome, Steve, but you got to see two amazing performers in the same place. People that are filling stadiums.
Yeah, and I joke about it being a small venue, but yeah, you're right. It was pretty cool.
For mezzanine seats, they're going for $669 right now.
Nice.
But I think they're resale because
these are resale. Yeah,
yeah, they have to be resale. It must have sold out immediately.
That's interesting. He's doing two shows like that.
Maybe he just likes to still do those intimate shows like the Paramount, which is still a big venue.
Yeah, so $669 is the highest price. Then it's a decent price ticket.
Dude, some people are selling tickets on the floor on the $700 a ticket.
That's not bad.
I mean, if you're a massive Ed Sheeran fan, to be able to go see him at that small of a venue,
I don't know if I'm a massive fan of anybody to drop almost $1,000 to see them.
That's a good question.
Yeah, I don't know. Who would you pay that much to see?
Well, I can't talk because I spent a ridiculous amount of money to see the Seahawks playing the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and you didn't even get to see a win.
I did. I could have if they would have just given it to a certain guy.
How much money would you have? How much money would you have paid if you were allowed to call the last play of that Seahawks game?
See, I thought
how much money would you have paid extra?
I might have thrown an extra $1,000 into the mix
just so you could go. I'm calling the last play.
See, not call it, but if you could just throw more money down to guarantee a win, how much much would you have thrown down?
Oh man, I was already pretty broke after Steve, man. I might have to just take my chances and hope for the best.
There you go.
That whole adventure for Steve was really a nightmare.
It was, but it was worth it for the story and I got to see my favorite team playing a Super Bowl. Granted, and an infamous Super Bowl when you think about it as a Seahawks fan. Granted, I would have rather gone the year before when they won it.
I will tell you this. I think a loss is a great story you'll have forever. If they had won that Super Bowl, you think about people that won back-to-back Super Bowls, which would have been cool. But really, when I think of the Buffalo Bills, those fans will always have the story of them going to the Super Bowl 4 times in a row and losing. I think granted, if you could go 4 times and win in a row, but usually, when's that going to happen?
That would be harder to stomach because they didn't win the Super Bowl. Like, even though we didn't get to see them win the Super Bowl, in the back of my mind, I'm like, at least I got to see them.
We won one.
They won one last year. So it was like a little bit easier to digest. Still sucked. And BJ, no. If they won the Super Bowl, that would have been the greatest experience of my entire life. That would have been the greatest trip, the greatest time. There would never be anything better than that. Because it was up until that moment, that was the most fun. My wife and I had so much fun. We met so many nice people there. We met other Seahawks fans. Arizona, the weather was great.
Yeah.
We got to go to a Phoenix Suns game. And, we had a blast. Like, we went to some, private party that Aerosmith played at and boned out before they even played because we were getting tired. Like, it was a good time. Like, we were having a lot of fun.
Yeah. And then?
Yeah. Something happened that I'd like to not bring up ever again. But I'm trying to think of a band that'd be willing to drop $1,000 to see.
Ooh. Offspring's last tour. If they announce this is
you would,
I think I would probably spend $1,000.
But you've seen them enough times.
I still want to see them again.
I'm going to tell Todd Peach about this. This is a bad financial decision.
Is that what it is? I want to see them one more time before they go out.
Ooh. I don't know if there's a single band out there that I'd be willing to drop $1,000 to see.
That's my thing too.
Short of bringing Kurt Cobain back to life or something like that, or if Pearl Jam was playing, I don't even know if I'd drop $1,000. If they were playing my living room, maybe.
Would you have said Guns N' Roses before they got back together?
No.
I wonder. No, even that you wouldn't have done.
That I would spend good money if it's all 5 of the original members.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because they
know what I mean.
Yeah,
it's
just everybody.
It's 3 of the 5.
Pearl Jam playing their last tour. They've announced they're breaking up. They did a whole world tour. Their last show
with all the drummers,
the Showbox.
With all the drummers.
Now you're effing with me, BJ.
Yeah, all the drummers are coming in.
Last show the Showbox in Seattle.
And they'll play 10 in its entirety
with Dave.
Yeah.
Both Daves?
Yeah, both Daves.
All
everybody.
The Daves?
Even Dave Grohl's coming up.
And Dave Grohl, too?
Dave Grohl. He's going to get all the Daves on drums.
Take my credit card.
There you go.
In.
Yeah.
If I get to write the set list. I'll drop $1,000.
Danny, every time we get him, he always wants just a little bit more after we make the deal. Oh, and I want this. And then the deal's over.
I have to write the set list, and I get autographed tambourine from Eddie Vedder.
Yeah.
Would you like Eddie also to do other things too? At this point, now you're at it.
Define other things.
Yeah, exactly. I won't define other things. We are on a government licensed radio station.
They bring me up on stage to do one song too.
Of course, yeah. With your resume, you got to.
So, you're willing to pay them $1,000 for this opportunity.
Absolutely,
you're a hell of a guy. All right, fair is fair.
Yeah, I mean, I still think it's I still think I should get more out of it.
Are you sure you don't want to record an album with them? I mean, we're negotiating at this point, but for your $1,000.
I mean, I'm not opposed.
Yeah, of course. Okay, all right, fine.
The funniest part is that somebody just tuned into that. And they're like, "What? Pearl Jam playing their last show at the Showbox?"
Right?
And Steve is recording an album with them,
and it's only $1,000. Someone said, Steve, would you go see Pearl Jam if they played 10 in its entirety? Yeah.
For $1,000?
No.
Okay, that's the important
I don't
part.
think there's a band out there, as much as I love all these bands, even KISS,
KISS.
I don't know if I could drop that kind of coin these days.
That's the problem. I don't think I would pay $1,000 to see my favorite team in the World Series.
Oh, wow.
And that would be the Red Sox or the Mariners for that matter, because it would, to be able to see the Mariners in the World Series, because that has never happened, that would be an amazing thing to witness.
What's your cap?
Yeah, I would pay $500 maybe.
Oh. I was going to say, what is the most you've paid to go for for tickets,
to
a concert or something?
Good. Well, I don't go to a lot of concerts, but for sporting events, I think $200 is as much as I paid for a single ticket.
I think I've been at around
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's about right. Yeah.
I think I've been around 250, but that was, and I don't even think that was like more of like a festival thing. That wasn't even like a single band.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't think of like
I think it was a little over 500 for a pair.
Ooh.
And it was to see, it was for my wife, but I had a good time, but it was to see Justin Timberlake. And I thought I was getting tickets on the floor. And then when we got, they were 100 level.
And how much you pay for the tickets?
They were like over 500 with the service fees and all that. And I was so mad because I like did it through certain people, like so I could insure because it was like an anniversary. It was it was a big deal. And I'm like, these tickets aren't as good as I thought they were going to be. And but then he had that giant scaffold that went across the entire arena back when there was the Key Arena, and it stopped right in front of us. This scaffold. So he walked this entire scaffold up. He's up in the air. And was no further than you and me, BJ.
Whoa!
From me and my wife. And it was at that moment where I realized I just didn't matter for a good 10 seconds in her world. Like, it was, I too was kind of starstruck, but she was just like a bitty, kind of like, and I don't blame her. That's her favorite artist of all time. And he literally stopped right in front of us and sang right into our face.
Wow, that's a cool thing. That you're thinking you didn't do a great job, and it turns out she couldn't have got that experience with except if she was right there.
Oh no, if we were like 10 rows back, we wouldn't have been able to it was like
wow.
It was great. It was a fleeting moment, but it was a moment
that worked.
Oh man, it was insane. Like I'm like, I can't believe this is happening. And like right after that, I was like, oh, these tickets were worth every penny.
Yeah. Still 500 is a lot. It's an anniversary, and you know what? You do have to go big sometimes on an anniversary.
Yeah, I don't think for myself I would drop crazy coin anymore.
Yeah.
Just because I think I've seen every band that I really want to see. And and been fortunate enough, but like I can't think of any band like that would like warrant dropping that much money for me.
I mean, maybe Avril.
Okay, I'd pay for you to never talk about her again.
Okay, how much would you pay? I'm ready for this. Oh, that's awesome.
So yes, I dropped $3,600, 2 tickets to watch Manny Pacquiao have his last professional fight.
Oh wow,
$3,600.
He said never again after that though.
Yeah,
it's the moment though.
It's a tough one, and I think I'm spoiled because I've had a lot of great moments that a lot of people don't get. Because when people tell me they go pay for autographs or hang with celebrities that they like, they go to the cons and do it. I get it. If I didn't have this life, I probably would do that myself. But I've been fortunate to be able to meet a lot of my heroes and stand next to them, get a picture or not, if I wanted to or not, or in my brain I know I've done it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like I'm spoiled. So that's why when Lou Ferrigno wanted to charge us, I was kind of like, dude, I get to hang with everybody without getting charged. What the F? I'm not going to pay you for your stupid picture.
You should be paying us.
I feel like it's
He's
equal.
Never going to get over Lou.
No, I'm not. The fact that we gave him free advertising on our radio show and he still wanted to charge us for pictures, I will never forget that.
His obituary one day, whenever that time, it'd be like loving father, this or that, F you, Lou Ferrigno.
Yeah, F you, Lou Ferrigno. It's like, dude, he wouldn't hear it. I get that he would forget that he talked to us. I understand that. But then you go, it was just this morning. I'm BJ, this is Steve. We talked to you. We'll take a picture. And we wanted to take a picture and put it on our social media, too.
I just wanted a picture to share on my media.
I was trying to cover up. I was trying to make it look
I get why you want. I was just trying to work a deal.
Yeah, you were. Yeah. And he saw right through it.
He did.
Yesterday, Steve, he did get this one right.
What did the lion want in The Wizard of Oz?
A heart.
No.
He wanted courage.
He did.
Courage.
Birdman.
Nice job.
Thank you.
You want a shot at beating Steve? Okay. 206-803-ROCK. We're playing Beat Migs at 8:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. Here's another question from a listener. How long is a bankruptcy going to affect my credit rating?
Of course, most of the time, by the time we're talking about filing a bankruptcy, the credit has already taken a huge hit. Chapter 7 is going to affect it more negatively than Chapter 13. Chapter 7 stays on your credit report for 10 years from the time you file. It usually takes 7 or 8 years for your credit scores to get back into the normal range in a Chapter 7 case. However, your credit will start to recover even in Chapter 7 after about a year. You'll be able to get credit again right away, usually before your case is even over. Chapter 13 stays on your credit report for 7 years and usually takes about 3.5 years for your credit to get back in the normal range. So Chapter 13 will mean your credit gets better much more rapidly.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
At Enterprise, we know you're constantly on the move. Getting this?
Thanks, Mom.
Fixing that. You reach a destination. And then it's on to the next. And when life is moving at the speed of, well, life, Enterprise is right there with you. Around the corner and around the globe. We'll keep you moving forward. Enterprise. For lives in drive.
Have you or a loved one been injured in an accident? Are you struggling to recover fair compensation? Look no further. At Phillips Law Firm, the experienced personal injury attorneys will fight for your rights and get you the justice and compensation you deserve. They handle a wide range of cases, including car accidents, slip and falls, medical malpractice, and workplace injuries. Justice is a phone call away, so don't wait. Call today for a free case review. Call 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Hey there, everybody. I'm Melvin Robert from the TV show Extra. Every day on our show, we talk to the biggest celebrities and the biggest newsmakers around. We get exclusive details about hookups and breakups, baby news, and the behind-the-scenes info from your favorite TV shows and movies. But we can only fit so much on our show. That's where Extra the podcast comes in. Listen and follow Extra the podcast and Odyssey Podcast on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcast.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Rockaholics, man. Big props. We said it going in. We know how great you guys are. We say, look, we got kids. We want to put shoes on kids. Mary's place has 400 kids. It's going to be $20,000. That's a lot of money to ask, but we just knew you Rockaholics. We knew you'd make it happen.
And they continue to do so. Just less than a half hour ago, Christopher Minich just donated $100 to Kicks for Kids.
Oh, thanks, man.
Which is just awesome. Like, yeah, we did hit our goal. Like you said, our goal was $20,000. We crushed that. We're over $30,000 raised right now. But every amount still helps because it's not like they just stop bringing kids into their shelter. They're always bringing in new kids, and those kids will also need shoes. So any amount that people can help out with is awesome.
And you can do that right now. You can donate today at KISW.com.
Let's play Beat Migs.
It's time to play the game. So everybody scream his name. Beat Migs. Don't be a loser. Whoa. Beat Migs. You're a loser.
Who's ready to beat me?
Oh, baby.
I know Levi from Port Orchard is. Levi, are you there?
Yep, let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, Steve, now get out of here.
Goodbye. Gotta get me to Port Orchard. Port Orchard.
For those playing at home, Levi has 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. You can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's give it a go.
A popular graduation gift, what 1990 Dr. Seuss book becomes a bestseller every spring?
Oh, snap. Pass.
Who directed the Kill Bill movies?
Oh, no, I don't even know that either. Pass.
What band has the hit songs Payphone and Moves Like Jagger?
I don't know like that. I don't know. Pass.
What candy uses the slogan unexplainably juicy?
Juicy fruit?
No.
Oh, no. Pass.
What U.S. state is the animated series South Park supposed to be set in?
Ohio?
No.
No.
Pass. What the Oscar statue is holding what object?
A globe.
No.
Figure.
No.
I don't know. Pass.
Hundo P is the slang term for what?
Pass.
What kind of bear is on the California state flag?
Grizzly bear.
Yes!
Yeah, we got one.
Woo! Levi.
Wow.
I know. Pretty
I
good.
wouldn't have done much better, Levi. I have to say, some of those
Really?
questions were hard for me. Yeah. And Danny was shaking his head, and I'm like, well, I'm a dope too, Danny.
Yeah, you are.
Wow, that was actually kind of painful.
Yeah, well, I can't throw stones. Some of those I'm like, man, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, some I do, but not many more than Levi.
Let's see if Steve knows them.
All right.
Are you ready?
Oh, yeah!
A popular graduation gift. What 1990 Dr. Seuss book becomes a bestseller every spring?
Oh, the places that you'll go.
No.
Oh, the places that will go.
No.
I know it's that book. I just don't know the name of it. Oh, the places that you'll be.
No.
Oh.
Who directed the Kill Bill movies?
It's Quentin Tarantino.
Yes. What band has the hit songs Payphone and Moves Like Jagger?
That would be Maroon 5.
Yes. What candy uses the slogan unexplainably juicy?
Starburst.
Yes. What U.S. state is the animated series South Park supposed to be set in?
Colorado.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Oscar. the Oscar.
Colorado.
The Oscar
USA.
statue is holding what object?
Another Oscar?
No.
No. Oh, crap. A flame?
No.
A sword.
Yes.
Nice work.
Hundo P is the slang term for what?
100%.
Yes. What kind of bear is on the California state flag?
A black bear.
No.
A golden bear.
No.
Gummy bear.
No. Beginning with P, what is the real first name of Bruno Mars?
Pedro.
No. No. Doesn't matter though. You get 6 correct, which is a big win. 6-1.
Yeah. Well, that's how it was done. I was blanking on Tarantino. I was so mad at myself. Like, why can't I remember the director's name? Gosh.
Oh, those are some. I think those might be my favorite. I'm torn. Reservoir Dogs or Kill Bill as my favorite Tarantino films.
Oh man, no doubt about it. There's a lot
Kill
to like in
Bill,
both
of
those
course.
films. Pulp Fiction. Wait, no, did he write that? Not direct that? I can't remember.
I think he directed it.
I can't remember now.
All I know is that on this day 14 years ago, because I had Facebook memories told me that I loved Inglourious Bastards. Tarantino does it again. That was my
Wow, I am surprised that you like that movie.
I don't remember much from it, but I remember enjoying it at the time.
It's a good movie. I mean, that's why I say there's so much to like in Tarantino movies that, it's hard for me to pick my favorite one, but I won't argue with Reservoir Dogs or Kill Bill.
And he directed and wrote alongside Roger Avery, Pulp Fiction.
So I think about True Romance. I think he wrote True Romance, but didn't direct that.
Or was it Natural Born Killers? Yeah, maybe one of those two movies, Steve. You're right. He did write something, but somebody else directed it. Was it True Romance or Natural Born Killers? Yeah, I forget. I
Tarantino wrote that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Is it True Romance?
yes.
Okay, that's it.
Wow.
Who did Natural Born Killers? I know Stone directed.
I thought Oliver Stone did.
He directed, but I wonder who. I see.
Yeah, Oliver Stone directed it, and Quentin Tarantino was one of the writers.
Oh, so he wrote both those movies.
How about that?
Okay.
No wonder why I love Natural Born Killers. The dialogue in that is awesome.
Yeah.
You were so close with the Dr.
I
Seuss book
know.
becomes a bestseller every spring.
Oh, the places we will go?
Oh, the places you'll go.
I said you will.
You said you will. You said that you will.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but after I finished saying all the stupid things I said, I realized it was just you'll go.
Yes.
I overthought it.
You did. And then the one that Levi did get correct, the bear on the California state flag is a grizzly bear.
Would you have accepted a brown bear?
I would have.
Yeah.
Yes, because I believe
'Cause it
they're
is
the same
brown.
thing.
Well, I know it's brown on the flag. That's why I would have just said brown. I didn't know it was specifically a grizzly.
Oh, it is. And beginning with P, what is the real first name of Bruno Mars?
I would say Peter.
You would be correct.
Man, I overthought that one too.
You did,
Sure
Pablo.
Pablo, Picasso, Pedro.
Well, I still love that.
Penelope.
He went by Bruno because that was he was a big fan of watching wrestling as a kid with his family, and Bruno Sammartino was the guy.
That's why he's Bruno Mars?
Yes.
Wow.
It's a nod to Bruno Sammartino, the wrestler.
Wow. I was wondering that because I was like, how'd you get Bruno from Peter?
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
Because he didn't want to. Well, I think I thought like his actual name, he was worried that because it was too. It catered more towards just the Latino
Right. 'Cause
market.
his last name, I think, is Hernandez.
Yeah. So he wanted to come up with something that was just mass appeal that wouldn't make he's only popular with this culture or this group of people or whatever it may be. So he went with Bruno Mars.
Which is very,
Bruno's
you have
very
no idea what
Italian,
that is.
though. I say it's Italian, but then again, I do have, now that I found out in my roots, my Jewish grandfather, his middle name was Bruno. Or that was his
This guy. Mr.
Well, now that I'm 50% Jewish, buddy, got to embrace it.
Yeah.
I just got high-fived by another fellow Jewish person.
Okay.
I'm telling you, every Jewish person who I know, I've told.
Were you wearing something? Is it like when you drive a Jeep and you have a certain wave, like with the
dude?
Did you have like the Star of David on
I
your
am
shirt
telling you,
or something?
I have two Jewish friends that once I've told them about this, hugs, high fives, welcome me into the tribe. One guy said, "I welcome you to the tribe." I don't know what it is about the Jewish culture, but they like really dig. They go, "Come on in, buddy, let's be pals."
Actually, I was at a party this past weekend, and I did mention that I found out that I was Jewish, and now we're trying to have a matzah ball soup competition.
Nice.
So
What's the competition, to make it or to eat it?
Whoever makes the best.
Are you really going to make a matzo ball soup?
I'm going to have J-Rubs make it.
Good call.
Okay.
Good call.
Yeah, I'm not making anything.
But he's not the Jewish one. He married into a Jewish family.
That's all that counts.
Okay,
We're converting him as we speak.
Gotcha. No, that's your brother. Your brother's also.
Oh, yeah.
He's a chef.
Well, he says he is.
We have to get a DNA test. We don't know if he's ours.
Oh, I think the DNA test says he actually can't cook.
Probably both.
Wow,
I make great soup, thank you.
Yeah, Joe. So far, I
don't believe you.
I've liked everything Joe's put in front of me, so I can't criticize him on the food.
He's literally never made a soup in his life.
Yeah, but he makes good key lime pie bars. He makes good macaroni and cheese. He makes good stuffing for Thanksgiving. So
Well, this is before he knew his background. Now things may change.
Now the fact that he's 25% Jewish, at least, I guess, if that's how the math works, he's ready to rock.
All right, matzo ball soup and latkes, Joe.
Do it,
Get on
buddy.
it.
Done.
Yeah.
So what's a latke?
It's like the potato.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those are good.
So good.
They are delicious.
They are
yes.
good. See, and the black and whites, those are good, but I don't know about all the fish stuff. I have to stay away from the gefilte fish and the lox and the bagel. I'm not sure I can do all that.
That's a good thing you're not 100% Jewish.
Good thing.
So you can pick, good 75% of the food you don't have to touch.
I can pick and choose. It is time for Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. Call us, text us at 206-803-ROCK. We'll take your calls. We'll take your texts. 917 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose, brought to you by Kia of Puyallup. 206-803-ROCK, the number to call, the number to text, 206-803-ROCK. Remember, though, Steve has a rule.
It's a simple rule, BJ, and that's to show some energy and bring it. Otherwise, we're going to have to gong you. And then say goodbye.
Goodbye, old friend.
206-803-ROCK, it's Listeners on the Loose. Ken and Renton, you are on The Rock.
Yeah, good morning, guys.
Morning, Ken. What you got for us, buddy?
All right, Steve, a long time. My son Yossi used to dress in goal opposite of you for drop-ins here in Renton.
Oh, how's he doing?
Doing all right.
Right on.
Anyway, this is for, who's doing the matzo ball challenge? Was that Sarah?
Yes.
Yes, it was.
Okay, so matzo balls are incredibly easy, but I got a recipe idea for the latkes if you want to hear it.
Oh, I'd love to.
Okay. Take a basic latke recipe, add a little bit of cilantro, some cumin, and some diced jalapenos.
And some whiskey.
Serve it up with some chicken mole, and top it off with guacamole, and you have a black Mexican meal.
Some chicken mole and some guacamole?
All the moles.
Yeah, just a little bit.
What about a little tofu mole instead of the chicken mole? Because your girl doesn't eat meat, so...
You could probably do that. Yeah,
Okay.
you could do that.
Okay, now we need Vicky to make these for us.
Yeah, and then just make it like in a circular thing so you can call it your holy mole.
I like it.
It's really good. We have that at least once a year around Hanukkah.
Do you make that, Ken?
I do.
Oh, I like how you said your basic latke recipe, like we know what that is.
Oh, it is so simple. It's shredded potatoes with a bit of shredded onion. You got to throw in some salt and egg for the binder, but you also need a little bit of matzo meal.
That's well, that makes sense. I was like, there got to be something in there.
And then you fry it in preferably like a canola oil or something light. If you do it in an olive oil, it turns out really heavy.
Oh, okay.
We don't
Vodka
really
talk on the rock.
Vodka talk. All right, Ken, thank you, sir. Sarah's all set.
Of Seattle.
Yeah, Sarah's not doing any of
No,
this.
once he starts saying, "Oh, I have to shred things,"
Yes,
I'm like,
I-
"This is already too much."
Yeah.
I'll go to Gilbert's on Main in Bellevue. I know I'll get good stuff there.
Sarah's just gonna do like a fluffernutter and just say it's the new Jewish delicacy.
I love
I
that.
was gonna say, or do they have frozen ones where you can just put in the microwave?
I would imagine.
I could do that.
I had no idea. Yeah, I wonder.
I got to find stuff out. I mean, I know how, like Wajamaya. I know if I want to go get that, the cuisines that they provide. There's a lot of great Indian grocery stores, around the Overlake Redmond area that I go to, Kent. But I don't know about like Jewish stores. I don't know where to go. Like
you
Jewish
get, like matzo
groceries.
balls at like a grocery store.
But I don't know if they have like a whole Jewish, how you have like Seafood City down at South Center. That's a whole Asian market that they have down there. Yeah,
I don't think there is that.
I don't know. Like, do they have Jewish City? I would love to go there.
Maybe you should open one.
Take me down to Jewish City. I should, now that I'm a guy.
That's right.
I open up Jewish City.
You're legit now. So
50% Jewish ancestry.
It's BJ's Jewish City.
That's right.
Okay. And you have your jingle already done.
Take me down to
I'm
Jewish
sure you can
City.
get Duff McKagan to help out with it.
Oh, yeah.
And they do have frozen ones.
Yeah.
Vicky
Of
found.
course they
Trader
do.
Joe's.
There you go. Throw some
Trader
guacamole on it, and
Joe's.
you say you made it yourself.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe throw a little cilantro.
Oh, it's Trader Joe's, so it's probably
Jalapenos.
even extra tasty.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's probably way better than BJ or I could make anyway.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Pour some cookie butter on it, too. Forget about it.
I'll try that.
Why not? Yeah. Get some JoJo's. Throw those on there, too.
Whatever they got at Trader Joe's, you just put it on there.
That's right. Hey, Trader Joe's. It is Listeners on the Loose, 206-803-ROCK, the number to call, the number to text.
So it's a Migs. I saw you at round one. Tatum looked like she was having a blast. I didn't want to bug you, though. I should have said hi.
Is that the bowling place?
Yes, we went there yesterday for the first time.
Isn't it awesome?
It is.
Where do they have one near you?
South Hill Mall.
Oh, very nice.
Oh, dude, yeah. We've seen the signs for it. It's like video games, bowling, pool, like billiards, and dude, if you are a fan of those claw games,
yeah, they got plenty of those.
Dude, it's overwhelming how
Claw
many
Central?
they have. Wall to wall claw games of all these different, I guess, collectible stuffed animals. I don't know.
What a smart idea.
Oh man, they're not cheap. Although I got to say, we went in there, first attempt, got one.
What?
You got one with the first claw?
I mean, if you say me, because I was part of the team that did it, yes. But it was my wife who positioned it in the right spot, and then Tatum hit the button and got it on the first try. I'm like, oh man, this is awesome. But
So you did nothing.
You really didn't do a thing of that.
yeah, I paid for the damn card.
Oh, okay.
That we had to swipe.
Okay, then.
All right.
Everybody had their role.
And then you observed.
And then I cheered her on and made her feel like $1 million for making it happen.
Okay.
I did have to teach her one of life's great lessons of disappointment.
Oh.
Man, so we go on the website, and I'm just hanging out with Tatum, and I'm like looking at it. She's like, what's this? I'm like, oh, it's this thing. We should probably check it out. And we're looking at the website, and she's like, oh, I want to do that. I'm like, awesome. So we're going through the entire website of looking at all their features and all the stuff she's pointing out. She's like, oh, I want to do the roller skating. Oh, I want to do the trampoline that they have. It's called the Spoocha. I want to do the kids' play zone. I'm like, oh, what about the bowling? I don't want to do that, Daddy. That looks hard. Or that looks like the balls look heavy. All right, what about the arcade games? I don't want to do that, Daddy. It looks loud. Well, we get there. What do they have? The arcade games and the bowling. What don't they have?
Everything else.
Everything else that she wanted to do.
How is that possible? Why don't they have everything?
Dumb Daddy didn't check to see if it's specific to different places. Because I just see it on their website.
Oh, that's not cool. I'm with you. I don't think that's cool. I would have thought those were all there.
So we get there, and I'm like, and she's all about like trampoline. We're going to do that first, and then we're going to do the kids' play zone, and then we're going to do whatever. And I'm like, great. None of that. And I'm just like, oh, roller skating. And she's like, where's the roller skating? I'm like, I don't know. Where's the trampoline? I don't know. Where's this? I don't know.
That's a little, I mean.
But we won you a stuffed animal. She was happy about that. But then we're like, do you want to try these video games? Waterworks. No, Laddie, I'm scared. I'm like, oh my gosh, we got to figure this out.
I'm looking at the website. It says, what fun does round one have? And it lists everything that you're saying. And I would go, all right, let's go.
Yeah.
I mean, that's right on their website. That's BS.
Oh.
I'm sorry. That's
maybe I should hire you to be my lawyer to get my money back. No, I'm kidding. We had a blast. Like at first, because they have a giant human, like life-size Hungry Hippo game.
Oh, that's so much fun.
Well, I would love to know. That was the first thing we tried. And she's like, no. And she starts running. Like, I'm like, my child is running from this thing.
You never know what kids are going to respond to. You just don't know.
Eventually, she fell in love with all the video games she was playing. Bowling. Eventually, we got her to try that. Then she was not, like, you couldn't pull her away from it. She was having the most fun. She pulled a 72. I give her credit.
That's better than me.
Well, I mean, you got to use, like, they have, like, this giant, like dinosaur you let the ball roll down on the bumpers.
So she feels like she's doing it.
Well, she did do it.
Look at her. She's just having a blast. She's like, look what I just did.
Oh, yeah, dude. It was pretty awesome. I have to say, like, some of the pictures were pretty great. But, yeah. All in all, it was a great experience. But it was funny. Like, everything she wanted to do was not there.
Yeah. But when you're a parent and you have to have that, look, oh, yeah, there she goes with the ball.
Yep.
Oh, and that's the big size. That's the big ball.
Yeah, it's like the lightest of the bunch, but yeah.
Still.
Dad bowled 3 strikes.
Oh,
still
okay. I didn't know they had a device where kids could just roll it like that.
4 strikes, sorry.
Oh, okay. You okay? She's all right. Yeah. Well, make sure you get that in. I mean,
It's rare that happens, BJ. I bowled over 100. I bowled 150.
Woo! Look at you.
I legit thought I was going to lose to my daughter in bowling. My wife almost did. So I would have never let her live down.
Well, yeah. I love that whole dispenser system where it's the dinosaur ball thrower.
Yeah, you just put it on top of this little dinosaur thing, and then you just drop it, and it goes flying down it. It's pretty awesome.
That's a really cool... I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
So they let adults use that.
Yeah, well, where's ours?
It's right there on the...
So you could use it too?
I mean, I don't think anyone's going to tell you not to.
I've been to places where they don't let you have the bumpers up if you're over a certain age.
Really?
Yeah.
This is like a little touch screen thing where you just hit for depending on the person. Like like ours didn't like you could hit bumpers needed, but we didn't need them obviously because we're pros.
All right, for you,
4 strikes.
Yeah.
There is
Migs over here.
There is a round 1 at South Center, Westlake Shopping Town South Center. So you don't have to go as far as Puyallup if you want to round 1 it. I know that because
I wonder if they have the trampolines. And
I hope so.
They don't. I think only in Texas has the roller rink.
You have to click on each location to see which activities they have.
That's BS. I'm sorry, but I mean, you put on the front page, you got all this stuff. You should have all that stuff in the place.
Could you imagine though that you go in there and like she's running into this place and like we're thinking like this is gonna be it's like Wally World if you ever watched Vacation the movie. And you're like thinking, and everything that you want to do is just shut down. And in this situation, everything you want to do just doesn't exist.
I mean, I'm not even 3.5 years old, and I think I would cry. So I couldn't imagine how
She's like, you trying to change my mood with hungry hippos? Go F yourself, Mom and Dad.
You lied to me.
Where's my roller skating rink?
Yeah, that's that. But you can't do that to parents. Oh. You can't have parents go, this is great. Oh, all right, we're going to go do A, B, and C. And then A, B, and C is not there. No.
Yeah. Well, heads up. It's awesome. But just don't expect any trampolines, roller skating, or play zones.
Go to the website. Go to each individual area.
But if you're into those claw machines, oh, my goodness, man. Yeah. The options are endless.
Well, they are into you spending money on those claw machines.
And apparently there's like a whole collectible thing. Like they actually have like, you have to get certain ones before they're gone. Like these Hello Kitty ones.
Look at the money coming in.
Oh, yeah.
They want your money. And look at you guys. You guys broke the system. You got one right on the first shot.
Yeah.
See, that's not what and people see that, and then what do? Spend more money. It's like that one one-armed bandit, that one slot machine that will pay off, and everybody thinks, oh, I'm next, and you're not next at all.
They got like the big wheel thing, almost like the Price is Right type of wheel in there as a game.
Oh. Can you spin it?
You hit a button and it spins it for you.
Oh, that's still pretty cool, though.
It's still cool to look at. It's pretty overwhelming, like sensory overload there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But how did Tatum feel?
Oh, she...
For you, it was sensory overload, but Tatum was okay with it?
Not at first, BJ.
Oh,
not
really?
at first.
She tripped out?
No, she wasn't feeling it. Well, because nothing that she wanted was there, and everything she didn't want to do was.
They make those places kind of like Las Vegas for kids.
Oh, for sure.
With all the lights and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's nonstop everywhere, and it's about as expensive as Vegas.
Well, and if you get to like the Dave & Buster's of it, it's even for adults too. I mean, if you get into a Dave & Buster's and you start drinking, you could spend a lot of money.
Yeah, you can.
They have a bar.
Oh, yeah.
At round 1?
Yeah.
Of course they do.
Yeah.
Oh, they are not
stupid.
When
she ran off because of the Hungry Hippos, we found her at the bar. She was ordering a vodka tonic. And I'm like, no.
I can't blame her.
She's like, this place is driving me to drink, Dad.
Drown her sorrows. And you haven't done Monster Golf yet, right?
No,
Danny's done it, but you haven't. In Factoria.
I think our next thing is going to be Defy.
You're going to take her wrestling?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Not Defy wrestling, but Defy the trampoline park in Tacoma.
You have to do that. She's going to love that.
We're waiting for it to be school time.
Nice.
And go on a weekday because I feel like it's probably just pure chaos.
That's a great call, especially because when there's all the teenagers who don't even abide by any of the rules and just sit around.
You know what? Steve is waiting for it to be school time so he can go by himself.
that too. Yeah. I want to work on my flips.
I don't blame you. It's listeners on the loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-803-ROCK. More of your calls, more of your texts. We'll take those at 9:33 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock. 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's listeners on the loose. 206-803-ROCK. The number to call, the number to text. Aaron in Centralia, you are on The Rock.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Hey, Aaron.
Good talking again.
Welcome to the show, buddy. Thanks for being here. What you got?
I was just curious. How would you guys handle every time you go to hang out with your best friend? He always invites over someone that he knows you guys don't get along.
Oh.
And he just kind of lets them talk a bunch of crap to you and doesn't say anything. And anytime you talk crap to him, he jumps down your throat. How would you handle that?
You said he's your best friend?
Yeah, we go back way, way long.
I don't know if he's your best friend anymore, if he's intentionally bringing over someone that irritates the crap out of you and also trolls you.
I've had some friends with one of their friends, so it's like, I've had that conversation where I'm like, dude, you really gonna invite that guy? He kind of sucks the life out of these things, and they would defend the person, obviously, but I think that eventually got to a point where, like, look, okay, I get it. We can't all hang out the same. He probably just wants you all to hang out and have fun together, but it's not working out, so you kind of have to say something.
Yeah,
that's crazy. I've done that, but he doesn't listen. He's like, all right, well, whatever. It's on you guys.
Oh, well, see, that's BS. When somebody says it's on you guys, Aaron, the only solution you have is to say, dude, I'm not going to come hang out if he's going to be there. Is he going to be there? And then the dude's got to say yes or no, and you get to make the call since he doesn't listen to you, Aaron. I mean, that's the only thing you can do because the guy obviously doesn't respect you and doesn't, like Steve said, it's like, look, dude, you gotta understand this guy just does what he does. I don't want to be around him.
Yeah, see, and that's the thing is like, I just don't want to be like, I don't want to be rude about it, but it's like, hey man, come on. Like he screws up every time.
You got to be rude. You know what? This Boston boy and this New York boy will tell you that it's not rude when you assert yourself. And that's, I think people confuse the two, and East Coasters are better at asserting themselves, but then it does tend to be rude where, East Coasters can be that. But here in the Pacific Northwest, people think just asserting yourself is rude, and it's not. You get to advocate for what you want and be assertive about it, and that's not rude.
Set your boundaries, bitch.
That might be slightly rude, but that's okay.
That's a book I'm reading right now. It's called Set Your Boundaries, Bitch.
Oh, is it written by Jesse Pinkman?
Yes. Yes.
Right. The Breaking Bad.
Of course, I'm lying because I don't read books.
That's the audiobook. That's it, right? Yeah.
I tried that, man.
You tried reading?
No.
It is fundamental.
Listening to an audiobook.
Oh, I love how you are so happy with yourself.
Yeah.
Guys,
I'm quote unquote reading 2 books right now.
Okay, so you've got audiobooks at the gym. Is that what you're doing?
No, on the drive home.
Oh, you got a long drive home. It's not a bad way to do it.
Yeah, but they're kind of putting me to sleep, and that's not a good thing when you're driving.
That is hard.
Podcasts, huh?
What?
Not as good as podcasts, huh?
I'm trying, man. It depends. It depends on who they have reading the book.
That's why the author a lot of times shouldn't read it.
I agree.
Yeah.
This woman, the stuff she's got in her book is interesting, but man, I can't stand listening to her. I was like, just shut up. She's so boring.
Dude, I have to say this because our business wants us every once in a while to start writing stuff. And I have to pull them aside and go, do you understand that writers are good at writing? And have you ever heard them talk? They're horrible. And talkers are good at talking, but we're not very good at writing. So the idea that you want 2 things to happen at the same time, I just look at some people, it can't be done. Like, why would the audiobook people I know it's read by the author. No, get an actor, get a professional, because you're right, Steve, it is sleepy time.
It is, man. But then there's another book where it's like they obviously, I don't know who the guy is, but he's great at reading it. Like, obviously it's a voice actor. And I'm like, okay, this is actually a lot more interesting. But it's a different vibe than podcast audiobooks.
Yeah, it is. It is because you're reading a book, and I should say they're reading a book to you.
And no different than me when I'm reading a book. Sometimes I go like a good 5 minutes. I'm like, I don't remember a single thing that I either A, read back in those days, or B, now listened to, because my mind just wandered off while I was like, man, I'm just screwed. I don't think me and books of any variety are not a good thing.
Yeah, you've got to get a good reader. I mean, somebody that's a good audio book. Like,
who after every 5 minutes says, Steve, focus.
Yeah, focus back into it. Yeah. Because you can always put down a book. That's the idea. That's why books can be what they are. You can put them down. Mm-hmm. With the audio thing, you kind of like won't put it down because you go, it's on my trip.
But shout out to, when we talked about it a long time ago, shout out to some... a texter that said, you don't have to subscribe to one of those streaming
like Audible.
Yeah. It's called Libby.
And Libby works. Oh, is it the librarian thing?
It's the library. So I had to get a library card.
Oh, yeah, that was a big problem. You got that done.
I got it online. Yeah, so I'm not allowed to, but it only works for online reasons.
You can't go to a library with your online card?
I don't know.
That seems weird.
Well, what do I care? I'm never going. It's like getting mad at not being invited to a party I wasn't planning on going to anyway.
That's a good point. But we still get mad at that.
Okay, fair.
At least I do anyway.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. Good for you. You joined the world of audiobooks, and I don't want you to use them, though, because you falling asleep on your trip is not good.
No, I got to find a better time to do this, but I want to do it so I can brag about reading books to you guys, just to piss you off.
Yeah, but we know you're not going to get through it.
I know. It's kind of backfiring.
Yeah, it really is. Because I know you can't do it on the plane because you fall asleep anyway. So
I think it was you that says you don't believe that if I said I listened to a book, it counts as reading a book.
Oh, I probably did. Because it doesn't. You're not reading a book, you're listening.
Yeah, but if I got the same information, isn't it the same thing?
Well, okay, look, I'm not saying you're not going to get the knowledge of the book. I'm just saying that the act of reading means you look at words on a page and read. You're not reading, is all I'm saying. I'm not saying you can't get the same knowledge from an audiobook that you'd get from a written book.
It's a pain in the ass to say, hey, I was just listening to a book, when you can just say, I just read this book.
Well, I call out a lot of my friends on that. Oh, yeah, I was reading this book. It's like, were you? Because I know you're an audiobook person. That's different. You didn't actually read the book. Because it is a different whole thing. And actually, they say if you read, and whatever it is you read, helps your brain in certain ways, where I'm not sure listening to an audiobook helps you in the same way for your brain.
According to a 2016 study, they found no significant difference in comprehension between reading or listening.
Really?
Boom.
Well, I've heard that actually that if you read words, you need less words in front of you than if people talk words at you.
I think it just depends on everybody's brain. Some people are better comprehending if they could actually see it. Other people are more audio. I think it just depends on the person.
There you go.
The one thing I've taken out is that you kind of now realize how short of amount of time it would take to actually read a book, because it tells you how long it takes to them to read it to you. So it's like, oh, this book is 4 hours long. And I'm like, I could read this in 4 hours?
Oh, that's interesting.
You know what I mean?
Because I guess could you?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to try.
Yeah.
But in order to listen to this book, it says, this book, the length of this book is 4 hours. Or another one I have is 5.5 hours.
Oh, that's interesting. I wonder if that's how long it takes me to read the book that I read. I feel like it takes me longer to read a book.
Well, because you put it down a lot. But maybe it's like if you actually had a stopwatch from when you start reading and then stop.
That's what I want to check, because I feel like it's longer, but you're probably right.
That's about right, because when I was in high school, I didn't really have too many hobbies or friends, so I would just read every night a whole book. I could read an entire book within a few hours.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow. Why are you smarter?
You would think, right?
Someone said they pay money to have me read audiobooks and pronounce a lot of the big words. That would make the book more interesting.
That's a good idea.
Awesome.
That would be fun, just to have you read a book.
You need a button to hit to be how is it properly pronounced?
That would be so awesome.
Right?
That would be great. At least it would keep my attention. I wouldn't fall asleep going, okay, what words are going to mispronounce now?
Yeah. But you'd be getting so mad at the words that he was mispronouncing.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Then you wouldn't be listening to any of the other words he was saying.
Yeah, it would be a great workout for me.
Also, I want to know, hey, did Danny go see Less Than Jake? I went. It was a late night, LOL.
It was a late night, and yes, I did.
That's crazy. So it was last night?
It was last night. They were supposed to go on at 9:50. They didn't really go on to 9:55-ish. But by the time they got done, it was already 11:10.
Wait a second. Did he just complain they went on 5 minutes late? Did I just hear that?
Yeah.
Yes.
I would want my money back.
When you're trying to get as much sleep as you can before you wake up at 3 a.m., BJ, 5 minutes counts, okay?
I get that, but I was like, they were supposed to go on at 9:50, and damn it! They went on at 9:55. I am pissed, but why would you go to a show?
You're late.
Yeah, I did.
Why would you go to a 9:50 show? That's
They're
youth.
amazing.
It's
Yeah.
youth.
Did you know ahead of time that they were going on that late?
Yeah.
Oh, see, if I knew ahead of time, I'd think that would make me not go.
I wouldn't go,
especially on a Monday night.
They were headlining, and it was just one of those like they were playing their 20th anniversary show of Hello Rockview, which was my favorite album that they've ever done. So I was like, yeah, I have to go. But then I saw the set times, and I was like, oh god, this is going to be rough.
Because I've done that before, where like I'll have tickets to go see a show on a weeknight, and I'll do stealth. I'll just go on Instagram to see like around what time were a certain post being put up when they were performed the night before or the 2 nights. I'm like, oh, it looks like they started their set at like 8:45. I can't do this.
Yeah. I mean, it was a great show that sold out, which is also crazy for a Monday night. But my favorite part was during the middle of the set, they were just like, all right, how many of you are over 30? The entire crowd. How many of you are over 40? Yeah. And then any AARP members here? And there was a bunch of people that cheered. It was like such an
crusty punks.
Oh, so great.
Yeah.
Everyone came out
and past everyone's bedtime.
Yep.
So that's like, then why not do the show earlier?
I would do like the old person's tour.
Yeah.
Like and have your show start at 6 p.m.
Dude, there was one time the Alkaline Trio played Showbox Soto, and I swear they were on stage at probably 8:30, done by 9:30. I was at home in bed by 10.
I bet they have kids.
I was like, what the?
Like toddlers.
I know, what is happening? But yeah.
Oh, man.
Amazing.
Yeah, because I was wondering about Less Than Chicks. Like, what's the average age of the audience? Why wouldn't they go earlier?
I would say late 30s, 40s is probably like the main demographic for that band.
Right. And there were a lot of kids there, but they were all in the way that they put it was like, we're cheaper than a babysitter. Thanks for bringing your kids out.
But see, my whole thing is those young people, those young whippersnappers, they're going to go to the show if it's at 6 o'clock as well. They won't complain. They're going to be there.
Of course they will. And then if they have time afterwards, they have a post-funk party.
That's right. They keep the party going.
Yeah, man.
I have a little respect for all of us that need a good night's sleep.
Or like do a matinee
Man,
show.
we have become so old.
I know, it's terrible.
A matinee show.
Do a matinee show. Do one
perfect.
at 3 and then do one for the late crowd.
Double down on the money you make.
Yeah, buddy.
Because some people are going to buy 2 tickets.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they'll just go drinking in between.
Some people named Danny.
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah, I'd still be complaining about it, though.
If it's a band that's touring that you don't get to see very often, I would do that in a heartbeat.
Such a good show, though.
That's awesome.
I don't know. When do you think Danny's going to get to the age where he can't do this anymore? Because you've already started, Steve.
Oh, I'm definitely, dude. Like I said, it has to be. Even Sunday night, Weezer played.
Yeah,
and I was just like, and we had yesterday off, and I was even like, I've seen them a bunch. Do I need to go see them on a Sunday night?
Yeah.
Tatum doesn't care about it being I get to sleep in. Like she's waking me up at 6 a.m. no matter what.
Yeah. You know what will rejuvenate you though is if at some point she's into the music as well.
Yes,
and then you will take her. I guarantee it because it's the same with Lily. It's like she wanted to go see Yellow Card so bad, and if she would have been here, I would have taken her.
Oh, absolutely. Even like going like Disney with her. Like it was like when you see anything through the eyes of your kid, I think it's a lot more fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not there yet though. She doesn't like loud things.
True.
Yeah.
206-803-ROCK, the number to call, the number to text. It's listeners on the loose.
We were talking earlier about money people would be willing to spend to go see certain concerts.
Oh, here we go.
Someone said, I paid $1,000 for a VIP ticket for EDC in Vegas, but that's a 3-day festival. That's the Electric Daisy Carnival.
Yeah, see,
big rave.
You see, you're getting your money's worth on that one. See, I could see doing that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You get a 3-day fest right there. So it's really, you're paying $300-something a day.
Still kind of crazy to think that that's reasonable price.
I hate to say it. Yeah.
I know.
It's really. I mean, that's the. We're just sort of locked into what we think reasonable pricing is. But like when I just left a tip on a hotel, but I'm like, I've been here 3 days. I probably should leave $60 because 20 is the new 5
for $60 for what?
For the person that cleans my room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I leave a lot more for that other person. But yeah. Come on, you want to make sure you get good service. But I mean, my wife and I always talk about this. Oh, you leave $5 a day. I go, if you're saying leave $5 a day, are you basing that on what $5 used to be worth? Because right now, 20 is the new 5 as far as the value of what a $5.
Yeah.
And so that's $60, which seems like a lot. But then my brain is like, but then is it a lot from my old standard?
Oh man,
I mean, what do people leave for hotel people?
I wasn't tipping every night. Then again, I barely even like my room was pretty spotless.
Yeah, if they don't clean, some places don't come in.
Yeah, who was it Sarah went to? We went by your room to grab some vodka, and Sarah walks in and was like, "Did you even sleep in here?"
Yeah, where do you sleep if your bed is not? How do you do that?
I sleep on the floor, man. It's better for the back. Yeah. In the bathtub, actually. I just lay some pillows. No, I had to, because I had the 2 beds, but I'm not using both. So, although on the last night, I was like, I'm going to sleep in the other bed just for the hell. What the hell's wrong with me?
See, it's like, you know what? I'm on an adventure. Let me sleep in the other bed.
Alcohol does that, yeah.
In my head, like, just when they think I'm going to go left, I'm going right.
Yeah, you show them. You show them. You know what? You know, you're spontaneous.
I didn't like it as much, though. I was like,
oh, really? Yeah, see, that sometimes happens.
I grew a liking to the one bed I was in.
The other bed called you and
Sad.
said, thanks a lot, buddy. Thanks for cheating on me.
Okay, yes, that's exactly it. But then a tip at the end of the time. Not every night.
Well, no, but I count every night.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like I tip
so then you're tipping the one housekeeping person that maybe didn't do the housekeeping for all the other days.
Well, what do you want me to do? Go hunt everybody down and see who I have to take their name?
Surveillance cameras, yes.
Excuse me, miss. Yeah, who cleaned my room on Thursday? What? Yeah, I want to know exactly the name of the person.
Joe, did we tip?
I don't think so.
Okay, cool.
I mean, we left them a lot of alcohol.
What is wrong with you guys? You don't
did.
tip. You got to tip those people. They clean your room for you, especially you animals. I wouldn't want to even
walk.
walk.
Throwing feces on the wall.
Dude, I wouldn't. I'm telling you right now, I don't like to walk into Joey and Danny's room when they room together. It is like walking in the zoo, the monkey cage.
It is very. It's messier.
Yeah, for sure.
And it has an odor, like again, like you're at the White River Amphitheater in the summer.
It just sounds like the scent of Axe and rum.
I would say Axe and
Fireball
rhymes with whatever, but I mean,
And this year it actually lived up to the Boom Boom Room. So there you go.
Joe was putting in some work.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, exactly. So that poor woman's going to clean up all of that just that dregs of
the
life.
girl that he was hooking up with? No, she doesn't.
She wasn't. Oh, I thought Joe was hooking up with one of the staff. I had no idea. Oh, she didn't work for the hotel? All right, here's a big question for you. Let's go. What do Ryan Castle and Slayer have in common? I'm going to tell you at 9:50 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. And now, the Ryan Castle question of the day.
What do Ryan Castle and Slayer have in common?
I own many black t-shirts.
Yeah.
Very, very true.
Nothing really. Slayer's awesome. I'm not even in the parking lot of the ballpark.
One texter says though, Kevin from Metal Shop goes nuts for both.
Yeah, he does.
That's true. But I pay him to be here, so
yeah.
Both have impressive beards.
Ah,
okay, all right.
And Tatum is a bigger fan than Steve, or both of both. Sorry.
I feel like she loves lost in the delivery.
I didn't know Tatum loves Slayer. Hey, Slayer is
Would
now...
Tatum's mom let her listen to Slayer?
Oh, wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah.
Let's listen to South of Heaven, babe.
Sweetie, this one's called Raining Blood.
Yes.
That's a convo. Slayer is now selling a branding iron.
Oh, boy.
It's got that classic Slayer logo, inside the pentagram. Now, they
Pardon
say...
the pun, but that is on brand.
Hello. Now, they say it's supposed to be for meat, but we feel like some of these folks might use it on themselves, which is, I don't know if that's a good thing. $75 to burn yourself.
I guarantee someone's going to brand themselves with that.
Yeah, I don't know if I want that.
Do you remember?
I guarantee someone's already made one out of a coat hanger.
Yeah.
Do you remember when they had one of their records had someone wrote with razor blades cut Slayer logo into their arm?
Oh, really?
And then other people did that too.
Oh, that's not good.
So this seems easier.
Wow. All right, whatever. Do you think people would do that with Ryan Castle? Like they put a 12-pack, cut it into their arms?
I have.
No.
Wow. That's legit.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How much does bankruptcy cost?
Well, bankruptcy costs, of course, vary depending on what type of case you're filing. There's a certain amount of court costs and other out-of-pocket costs that you're going to have in any case. The filing fees in a bankruptcy case are about $300, whether you file Chapter 7 or Chapter 13. One of the things to watch out for when you're shopping for bankruptcy attorneys or looking at the different cost options is that a lot of times, especially the really cheap places, don't tell you up front about all the court costs and whatnot that you're going to have to pay in addition to the attorney fees. So make sure that you get the full picture when you're comparing prices of bankruptcy lawyers on what the attorney fees are, how much your court costs are going to be, so that you can really make a true comparison.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com.